Hey, yo, what's up, man? Thank y'all for tuning in. What the hell? I don't know. I'm listening. I hear some. Hey, yo, what's up, man? Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Matchmaker. Before we get started, make sure y'all hit the like button. Is that? I'm trying to figure out what's that noise. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, is that better?
Could you hear me, Coach?
I hear you clear, man. I hear you clear.
Hold on.
Yeah,
All
I don't
right,
hear
you can
nothing.
hear
I hear
me.
you. Yeah, you sound clear to me.
All right. Now it's some that sound like water that's keep that's keep making the noise. All right, so we gonna go. Hey, Michi, what's good? What's good, Michi? But all right, man. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. DDE was good. Aza was good. So, man, hey, I appreciate you reaching out, man. To come on. I thank you for coming on, and I see that you went to, you got a different name and stuff like that. So we can definitely, get into that. But before we do, just go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Coach Devon Walker, man. Everybody know me as Coach Walker. Also owner of the Limitless Sports Academy. Father, husband, youth pastor, just doing all that I can for my community. That's it.
Okay, that's dope. So you prepare for the next season,
Yeah.
and you end up having you got a different name. Matter of fact, let me ask this question. All right, so how long have you been coaching? Before I even get into that, how long have you been coaching?
Oh yeah. So I've been coaching 12 years. This next season will be 13 years, man.
Okay, so how many of those years was with Relentless?
So Relentless was a new program that just got started 2 years ago. So from Relentless's inaugural season to now, it's only been 2 years for the entire program.
Okay, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Coach. I
Yeah, but
believe I believe Relentless name, was gonna definitely be a household name this season. I still, um did they have other like ages, for that
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I
So yeah,
want to clear.
they still
Yeah,
gonna be a
let me
household.
clear that up because a lot of people hit my inbox and was like, "Oh, you're changing the team name," or "Oh, you why'd you shut down your program?" I'm like, I'm to clear it up. I was never a owner of Relentless, or I wasn't on the board or nothing like that. I was the first year I was with Relentless, it was after I was thinking about retiring from coaching, and just letting my son do his thing. And they were a really good program that wanted to do everything for the right reasons. You know what I mean? For the kids, to build something special in the valley and to develop these kids and see them be successful. So I joined the program in his first season and in the second season. And there's multiple teams. There's the from 7U all the way to 13U for 2 years. But everybody had hit me up like, why'd you change your program to be the Ducks? And I had to tell them I wasn't the owner. A lot of people thought I was. It wasn't. I was just the first year I was just an
Okay.
assistant coach. When we won the Super Bowl the first year, I wasn't even a head coach, but obviously I do the social media thing. I got a little bit of influence, and I've been in the AYF nationals and all the different nationals and different organizations and stuff like that. So I use a little bit of my influence to help kind of build, because if I'm a part of anything, I'm gonna build it. If I'm with you, I'm with you all the way. And even if I'm somewhere else, I still believe in that program, and I believe that you are correct. They are still going to be a household name, and I think we have accomplished that over there. But yeah, I was never a owner. I wasn't part of the board or anything. I just look out for people who take care of me and gave me the opportunity to help them build. And yeah, that was that. I was just a coach though, assistant coach last year. This past season I just went, it was my first year as a head coach in the 9U. And we did some incredible
Okay, so
things.
yeah, I really just thought that you guys were doing a name change. So you also
No,
relocating.
yeah. So So again, it's not Relentless
Okay.
is still there. Relentless still has 7U. They still have 8U, 9U. They will have an awesome 10U still, 11U, 12U, 13U, all that stuff. So Relentless is still going to be in Marietta. Sorry, in Marietta, California. They'll still be where they were. They still have an awesome schedule and great
Okay.
players.
So
I
go ahead. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
made the move. So what happened is I made the move. Um, Ideally wanted our entire team to go and our entire team to flip, but yeah, I made the move, and a couple players came with me. Several. It's starting to come out. It's actually a lot. Um, but Relentless still has their own 10U that's going to be awesome. I mean, everything that we accomplished, I didn't accomplish it by myself. I had great assistant coaches, great families, great players, obviously led by God first and foremost. But the everything I accomplished, there's another coach there and a couple other coaches, and they will all still be there. So Relentless does still exist. The name of Relentless did not change. My team just made a
Okay.
move.
So when you say your team, you talking about players, like core players.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
All
yeah,
right. So because initially also what I thought was, that because a lot of people do this, they leave or they get under another name, like as you see some with rare breeds, right? Stuff like that. When they
yeah.
change the name, it's really like a business decision as far as like if I go with the OG Ducks, it's more exposure. Yeah.
Correct. Now you're right. You're right with that. Actually, the first conversation that I had that was the first conversation that I had was like, hey, let's be the Relentless Ducks. I knew Keith would be okay with that. So that was like the first conversation that I had, but I understood, why he told me no, because they worked so hard to build something. Which I mean, we worked. I helped too, you know what I mean? And I was giving all the effort. A lot of people knew me for the face of the program or the one that was out there, but I completely respected his decision with no hard feelings. You know what I mean? But yes, it was not just exposure. Exposure is one, but I think you can say, like you had us on your radar. I think we still put ourselves out there and got good exposure as we were. Would have took a little bit, a couple more years to get where the Ducks are, but we was already getting exposure. It was also the experience. You know what I mean? It wasn't just about exposure. I had enough exposure. I sent you the pictures, man. I didn't won national championships, Super Bowls from coaching. I've been a coach from youth football. I've coached at the junior college level. I coached at the university level. I coached at the varsity level. It's not about that. Coach Walker has accomplished like all he wanted to accomplish. But I wanted to give the kids the experience that they are worthy of getting. You know what I mean? Like something that's necessary for them. Like me, I grew up in Compton. Coach, I grew up in Compton and I did all the wrong things, but football was always like a little carrot dangled in front of me. And some of these kids, they're playing, but I believe like when you see
Hmm.
bigger picture, it really changes all your decisions. Like, man, I can actually play at this level, or I can actually go to college, or I can get a degree and get a career, like stuff like that. That was more of the decision, but you are correct. The first thing I did try to do is be the Relentless Ducks, and he, you know, had an understanding of why that wouldn't happen, and I believe that. But I know there was kids who still wanted to get the experience that we're about to have this year with the legendary Ducks, and I'm just giving it to them, man. It's not about me. I showed you the pictures. It's not about Super Bowl trophies or players, because yes, there are some new players that are adding, but in all honesty, those players were going to add no matter where I were. They already told me they were coming before they knew
Okay.
about the switch. So it was just
Okay.
for
So
the players.
there obviously is a fire out there and stuff like that, right? Does any
Yeah.
of that impact? Any of that impact where you
Go
guys
ahead.
are located at?
Well, the direct fires, a direct impact, no. Like it impacts our families. I got an auntie out there. We got coaches. Like right now, there's coaches from the Ducks that grew up in Pasadena. My cousin and a couple of my employees, like their parents live out there. So yes, it does affect it. It doesn't affect all of our games yet. It affected it last season. You know what I mean? We had like a week or two where we had to make some adjustments, but No, we're about an hour and a half away from it, but we're all in Cali, man. So we're all affected, and we feel for all the people, and we have family members who are directly affected. It's just, it's a lot.
Okay, because I
It's a
asked
lot.
that question mainly because of traveling, right? I didn't know if
Yeah,
that was going to force you guys to actually travel, a lot this season. So that's kind of why I asked, like, because some people they have to relocate. And so like I'm like, okay,
correct.
you guys, if you guys are heavily impact and you guys are planning on having a team, then maybe you may have to play all your games on the road and stuff like that. So that's not the case. All right. That's
Well, that's not the case because of the fire, but that is the case because of the scheduling and how California is set up in the level of competition in some of the leagues. So yes, the forcing us to be on the road was part of it. I don't know what other questions you're going to ask, so I don't want to jump ahead. But if you want me to explain how traveling was a part of
yes,
it,
go
I
ahead. Go
can. I
ahead.
just don't know what we go. Okay, okay. So that was a part of it because about us. Some people be like, "Oh yeah, Relentless is up and coming." We are up and coming, but in California, in all humility, we beat everybody, and when we beat them, they got donutted. You know what I mean? And like you guys have us on here, like, they're good, but who have they played? I agree, but we have played the top teams on the West Coast. But after dominating and winning Super Bowls and regional championships for 2 years in a row, there's not a lot of people that will play us. I mean, last season we went 5 weeks without a game before the Super Bowl. Like 5 weeks. Like we played and we went 5 weeks with no game before the Super Bowl. Before we played that game, we had three teams that we beat by 35, and they was throwing penalties on purpose for no reason, so we didn't run up the score. You know what I mean? Like we have an altercation with refs, and for the caliber of players we got or have developed, everybody didn't come ready made. The Lynx did a great job of developing. They wanted more though. Like we're not we need championships and rings and we're happy. No, you want to develop the kids to prepare for hard adversity, like how to beat a great team in crunch time and come back with that, right? So we was going to have to travel. Already had a 3-year plan to go national anyway. However, just like when you guys talk about it, certain people be like, "Oh, I'm not sure." Nobody wanted to come out. The only team that was agreed to come out was So Icy and 757 because they wanted their rematch. Everybody else wanted us to come. Like everybody else wanted us to travel, and then I even had some other people who were booked to come, and we haven't even hit February yet, and they already started telling me, "Oh, well, we could pick up RDU, not RDU, the unit, PMV. Oh, we're gonna pick up this team." And they already started canceling on us. Y'all talk about the politics of it. If they beat Relentless, they're technically supposed to. So it's no game. If they lose
Right.
to Relentless, not a lot because people didn't know. They knew who we were, but they didn't completely respect it yet. So because of that, and rather the coaches make any other excuses they want, because of that, they was dropping out on games, and I haven't even hit February yet. And we knew we couldn't stay in the league that we were in. Before I even made this move, we had all talked as coaches, some other board members. We knew that we needed more competition. We knew we weren't trying to have teams cancel on us and not have no games because parents was already pressing me like, I can't do this. We can't do this. Like sitting at home, kid is excited, team canceled. Man, we had a team cancel our game in the first quarter. We scored 3 touchdowns in the first quarter. Two of them called back and they still quit, right? So
Mhm.
all that pressure is on me. All that pressure is on the team. So we decided we were going national, but we were going to have to travel and teams were dropping out. The finances to do that isn't as easy. Yes, we could work on sponsorships. That was the plan to do all of that, but it's still not easy to play 8 games on a road. By the way, hey, yesterday that conversation y'all had about the 20 games and the 30 games, that man that y'all had on, I started
Mhm.
following him. I respect him to death, by the way. Didn't mean to segue, but I respect that conversation. A lot
Oh,
of valuable input. But
oh yeah, man. Like some of the stuff that he was talking about, was very valuable, and stuff like that. And that's the type of stuff that we look into, bring to the forefront,
yeah,
like just at least think about it. You know what I'm saying? Even if that's not something that you want to do, at least think about, the decisions that you making, the games that's being played and stuff like that. So, when it comes to youth football, man, these kids are very delicate. I know some
Yes,
of them, they look at them like, Supermans and stuff like that, but at the same time, that was necessary, right?
100%.
Yeah, he said PA Tristan says teams probably canceling in Cali soon as they seen Relentless lineman. Hey, there, that's the reason. Y'all got that big, they had that big boy. You know what I'm saying? On that line, man. They seen him. They thought he
But
was probably 2 ages older.
every time, man. Like they even when we went to All-Star games, they try to make both Gio and Vico like not play because they're dominant players, man. Especially Vico, that's my guy. He's a monster. They always do that, right? So with that already happening, I'm like, okay, this is tough, bro. Y'all canceling games, so y'all and everybody else telling me you gotta come to me. We'll repay the favor next year, and I'm like, I didn't just travel 3 times, and this was a pretty penny when knowing, I mean, me and Keith have been talking for years, to be real with you. Even before I went to Relentless, that's where I was gonna go. But traveling, just started a new business. I had just stopped coaching high school football at the time. It was a lot, so I just, stayed with Relentless. But they have a different pool. And that's how it is. Like teams are coming to play us as the Ducks. Like we're not even
Right.
traveling as much. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, because now you can do a chapter phase. So now you have I think it's Rare Breed. I think Rare Breed. My bad.
Yeah,
Am I
yeah.
here?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, she would. Am I still on?
Yes. Yeah, I hear you. All right, so coach should definitely be on, but man, hey, I have a call in number. If anybody that wants to call in a little bit, I will put the number, right here. Um, I will put the number right. Hold on, I'm sorry, right here, and just in case some of y'all want to call in. But yeah, man, I always for the people that comment, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. I show my appreciation. But here is the call in number, right here.
There we go. My bad, man. My wife, I don't know. She called me.
Okay, now yeah, it's all good, man. But so you saying that you had a team that's more willing to come to where you are based on the name.
That's sad. I mean, I don't want to say that's sad, but that name. It's the fact that just like if somebody travel, you want the whole team to travel or you want the whole organization. So nothing to do with just me. That's something that Keefe and Larry and Madden them has set up, right? So chapter phase. When you're a traveling team, is you want to travel with everybody, not just picking and choosing and selective teams. That's a big thing out here in California, especially with national trying to get games. As a chapter fade. We can play Rare Breed as a chapter fade. We can play whoever, Gorilla Mob, already all them teams. We can play them as a chapter fade. I mean, if they really want to smoke, we get to play them as a fade or come. We can repay the favor. Even before I got there, the Ducks had already traveled to places, and now it's time for other teams to repay the favor, so on and so on. Not to mention when you have a brand and a program who has already put out, NFL athletes right now, and like getting up in it's high in the double digits of Division 1 athletes and the top high school kids in the world. The sponsors are coming. It's a lot of different things because the program is proven, and every kid that come there has a great track record and a great future. So yes, games, tournaments, things like that. Like we got the Southern Hospitality that we gonna probably go to as a group, and we have just a whole bunch of tournaments, man. Battle, AYF, all that stuff. So it's just a difference, making
Okay.
it easier on the parents, a little lighter on their pockets, and the biggest thing is creating the experience for the boys at an elite level, something they'll never forget. My kids now, man, they going D1. Some are on their way to be NFL athletes. They're not necessarily talking about the record. You know what I mean? I showed you all the rings and trophies. They're not talking about that. They're talking about the experience. So yes,
Okay, looking at the I want to say the show yesterday, right? And we talked about the coaches and talked about fluid things. Do you feel like 20 games is too much? Are you how many games are you seeking? Is that
See,
you?
here, I think it's. I don't know why they keep connecting. All right, is that better?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There we go. The AirPods kept connected for some reason. Hey, so I like it's like what y'all said yesterday. Yes, we gonna get games. When you think about us starting out with a preseason, like say we start out with the preseason battle tournament, right? And we go to one more tournament, that's eight. That's gonna be like a minimum of 6 up to 8 games. We play
Mhm.
some games in a regular season, and then we go to AYF or battle. That's already you play 6 games in a regular season. Six, that's 12 plus battle or AYF. That's 16, right? I I I I'm a firm believer in what y'all were talking about yesterday. Like my son wears a guardian cap no matter what. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I played at the Division 1 level. You know, I was a free agent to the Ravens, never played it down. Don't front about that. You know what I mean? I got cut and released. I played arena football after that. I played a lot of football and I feel it right now. Like it's train wrecks. You feel me? So I do respect that. But I do believe 18 to 20 isn't bad if you're doing it correctly and you're not running into each other every day in practice. You not using the same kids and burning them out. You know what I mean? Like no excuses. They got us. Shout out Coach. You know I talk to him all the time. But Oak Cliff, when they beat us in the Natty, I mean we had kids who basically didn't come off the field because we didn't have the same depth. And kids who I'm talking kickoff return, punt, field goal, that wears on their body. But when you got a team that's now 26 to 30, and you got like 15 designated players on offense, 15 designated players on defense, now you talking about kids not really getting that many reps after reps after reps, and they not banging every single play. So when you look at it that way, and the coach is responsible enough to have his practice plan where you teach and tackling thoroughly, yes, you got to get the fear. You got to
Right.
get the fear out straight up. You're gonna have to get the fear out, but that don't mean you got to do Oklahomas for an hour every day or 30 minutes every day. I truthfully believe that in between 12 I believe to in between 14 to 20, that's max. Like you shouldn't be going over 20 games.
Yeah. Now
Like I'm
they
not
have some,
again
yeah.
again I'm not knocking everybody from yesterday. I'm not I'm not knocking nobody who do that. To each his own. That's good, but you shouldn't be going over 20 games. Now we played a lot, not gonna lie. Relentless itself, we didn't play that, but yeah, we did that, and then we did the Big Dog Bowl, and we did the best of the best and Islands best, but it was mixed up. And when we got to All Stars, we had the depth. So there
Mhm.
was kids who was basically playing one way, and they were fresh. They looking at me like, Coach, I'm ready to go. Why? Because we took care of their bodies. We rotated a lot. I believe there's things you can do with wisdom as a coach that will allow you to play that 14 to 20 range. What do you think, Ken?
Um, I say that's I was okay with the 16. I was okay with that, the 15 to 16 games. But like I say, it has to be 15, 16 meaningful games. It can't
Yes,
just be, you know what I'm saying? It can't
quality,
just be any team. It just can't be
quality.
any team.
That's what I'm saying when you ask me about the switch parts. Quality, quality.
Mhm.
Now, no, we played all 7 of the top 7 teams in California. You know what I mean? We played except for one, but they got beat by the other teams we beat. But we beat 7 of the top teams on the West Coast, right? That was
Mhm.
good. But we were like, I think we were 17-1, right?
Mhm.
But I admit that some of those teams, no disrespect and all humility, it's not that they shouldn't have been on the field with us. You know what I mean? Like we had 5 games that were over at halftime. You see what I'm saying? Like running clock first quarters. And like y'all said, who cares if you played 18 games, but you played against the whatever. You played against the first year um I-9 league in pads. Okay,
Right.
you played a game, but what is your kids? How did they get better from that? I'm
Right.
not afraid to take a L. That's why. I didn't know, I expected us to be good because I'm confident in the ability that God has given me to coach and the ability that God has put in these kids. I'm confident in that, right? But I didn't expect us to donut everybody the way we did and go all the way to nationals. Like I expected us to win, but I didn't care about that. I wanted
Mhm.
these kids to see competition. I win, lose, or draw. I wanted them to play against the best, learn how to be in hard situations, make right decisions, learn proper coverages, and compete. That's what it's about. So yes, you're right. I will say I don't believe in 14 games if you're playing 7 teams that you know you're gonna blow out. If you're
Mhm.
not really coaching up and having to be like, man, we got to scheme everything. We got to let's situational on this. What we gonna do? Let's have a plan. Let's if you not having a coach like that and your players not having to make decisions like that, then you just running their bodies in the ground for what? You
This is one question I want to ask. Who brought about the change? What brought this change? Like, what just made you decide that you wanted to go and play play for that team? Was it did Coach Keefe come to you and just
no,
presented the
no,
idea? Like what
no,
brought
no. To be real with you, Coach Keefe announced another great coach, the coach who just won the 13U AYF. They announced him as the 10U coach because they know that this age division has a lot of high competitive teams. And they needed a great coach to come in, and they
Mhm.
announced him. While I was still doing my All Stars thing as Island Best, they announced him, and they didn't have no idea. Now, is this not a conversation that me and Keefe talked about every year? Yeah, for like 2 years before I went to Relentless, when I won the national championship, I was going to come under Keefe's umbrella to do it, but
Mhm.
he was going back and forth. And honestly, he probably didn't think we was really going to be that good because of the kids that I had from the Valley. And
Mhm.
I ended up coming under another organization's umbrella. So since then, me and Keefe has talked. We've been cool. It's been that way for a while. And I knew the door was open, right? I knew it. He don't gotta mention. I knew the door was open, but it wasn't even an afterthought. So some people say, oh, you was planning on. No, I wasn't, and no, they weren't. What really happened is, like I said, we started scheduling the games. You start talking to parents. You start looking at the future plans, looking at the league that you're going to be in. I started looking at the potential games, looking at what we're just talking about. Who wants to play 10 games when they're not meaningful?
Mhm. Facts.
That's just true. I knew what situation we were going to be in. I talked to some people. It's like, hey, are we still going to be in this? We still going to be in that? Don't want to mention no names, or I don't say I'm not a guy who speaks negative at all. But they were like, yeah, we still going to be in this, and I was like, that's not a good look. Or if we go to that, we can't play national. So it was a lot. And I just started doing the X's and O's, and I was like, well, this makes sense for us to just take our whole entire team. Yeah, we're still going to be relentless. Let's take our whole entire team and go here. That
Mhm.
way, we got that. We got the national backing. We got a little bit more recognition. It's easier to get games. We can travel with the other teams when they travel and go do chapter games, all that type of stuff. And want to make this clear, we didn't merge. And no disrespect to everybody else, but they know that I came in like Dion. Number one, I said I'm keeping the same atmosphere that I have. They
Mhm.
know I'm a positive person. Yeah, I grew up in Compton. Yeah, I grew up in the streets, but we don't do street stuff. We're a family oriented environment. And on top of that, I am not taking a team that we already blew out 38 or 42 to nothing, right? Just like Dion said, okay, if the guys at Colorado was there to get it done, then Dion wouldn't have been there. Obviously, there was a problem. There was a lack of accountability, effort, stuff like that, right? So that's the reason why, it's not a merger. I'm coming in with whoever um, you'll see decided to come from our previous team, and then we're trying out for the rest of the positions. There were a few kids on there who were already proven. Dad's parents have already reached out before, so regardless of where I would have been, they were going to be a part of the program or whatever I was doing because they were following me as a coach. So yeah, there are some Duck players who are already there, but it's no merger. I didn't leave Relentless to go take over a team. I more of just shifted. We brought over a team, and then we're trying out this Saturday for all the other positions, starting 7-on-7 and 5-on-5. But that's all it was.
I don't know what happened. Let me see. Oh, okay.
I'm still here.
Oh, they call you must be getting calls.
No, not that. Not, Yeah, I guess everybody watching. Go ahead.
Nah, no, I just think that you guys, far as because I know you're not there anymore or whatever. I did think that this was the year for them to get the name
Yeah.
right. For Relentless to get the name, OG Ducks already got the name and stuff like that. You said that some of the players are not coming. Would it be the key players? Is somebody like Vico is able to come with you guys over to the Ducks and
Okay.
stuff like.
Well, first, I'm being real, and I mean this is honesty. First and foremost,
Mhm,
every player was a key player.
mhm,
You know what I mean? What I can say is we were blessed to not have a lot of superstars, right? We had a lot of every player played their role. Like it came to the point we was deciding, hey, we was gonna do awards. How could we give an award where every player was a key player? Like
mhm,
for real though, yes, we know Vico, Axon, K Dog, Mikey, Hudson, Freddie, Jetpack, Deuce, we got you been naming them all. Eli, right? Y'all
mhm,
just picked them as a center. All them players are key players. I mean, we won with them. It's not about winning or losing, but one couple plays different. We're national champions. So you know what I mean? All those players have the ability to get it done, and they did get it done, and their family. I can say this now because some people are waiting because they still having conversations. I don't know if you follow on our page. More and more truth keep coming out. Like a lot of people say what they want, but we do have a lot of special players. All the players on both sides are special, and they can all get it done. And this is still their year to succeed. But I will say that um, we do have a lot of special players that are coming over with us that are impact players.
yeah. If
But
y'all
it's
if
not
y'all
like
hear
they don't have impact players too though. That's what I'm
right,
being.
no, I mean, like I know everybody play a major role, but I was just saying the
Yeah.
ones that I know, what I'm saying, like where they actually coming along,
Yeah.
for the other team. But
Yeah, they
for y'all that's new to the page, man, if y'all can do me a favor, go ahead and subscribe to the page. We looking to build this channel for the kids, and that can just support us just by subscribing and liking. But I thank you guys for being in here. But so let's talk about some teams, man. I think you end up having So Icy on the schedule already,
yeah.
right? Is that still a thing, or you got to get back in motion, or you just put that
Nah.
on hold?
Oh nah. Nah. I think we gonna be ready now more than ever for that game. But it kind of worked out both ways. When I seen So Icy post us, there was three teams they were playing in California. You know me, I talk with all coaches. I always chop it up with Cal, chop it up with Blue, I chop it up with all the coaches, right? So we
Mhm.
were already looking to play each other, but So Icy had the Ducks, Relentless, and Hot Boys all on their schedule. So I mean, either one way or another, we still gonna play. I'm gonna reach out to coach and we'll figure it out. Actually, no, I think it is figured out. I think we are playing them in. I think we're playing them in the indoor stadium. I think we are. Either them or Red Breed. We playing somebody in Arizona.
Okay, so PA, he was saying teams like teams like this, right? He was
Yeah,
mentioning 10U stack,
yeah,
right?
that,
Bessemer, GM, right?
yeah,
The real deal is the Georgia Eagles,
yeah,
Duval, Georgia Falcons, which is RDU now,
yeah.
so IC East. Yeah, so how many of these teams do you actually plan to play if you
Uh,
can get it done?
I'm well. Me and Oak Cliff, man, that's my guy now. I'm definitely locking in with Oak Cliff. Who else is on here? So Icy. Blue owed me one, so Besser was supposed to go. Me and Blue talk like at least once every 10 days. We
Oh, I
stay
can
locked.
make that one happen. I can for
Huh?
sure I can make that game
Yeah,
happen.
bro. I'm telling like that. Like I said, I just want to play against the best. So in all honesty, at least seven. At least seven. But then again, we still going to the tournaments. You feel me? So we go to AYF, we go to Southern Hospitality. We go to Battle Tournament. We're going to see these teams regardless. But I've
Mhm.
been talking to them one on one, especially since we made the move. And yeah, like who won? Oh, I think you had him on, or somebody had him. Gorilla Mob. I've been talking to them. Like, hey man, we gonna lock. He's like, I can't wait.
Well, I got them on Wednesday.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you could talk to him. We've been rapping for a while, especially since I made the switch. So talked to coach from Gorilla Mob, respectable coach, man, like him. So I got that. Like Oak Cliff, we gotta run that rematch. 757 Bulls, we gonna run that one just because they gonna come to Cali. And I respect the coach. Like, yeah, I respect the coach. So at least, at least 7 from that list. Like that's a minimum. But that's not including like when we go to the tournaments. Like I don't know who gonna show up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like we might get. Oh, I think Gorilla Mob and Oak Cliff sent me the flyer to the same tournament in Texas. They both gonna be there, so that could be us playing them twice. Those things we got to figure out. Like, are we gonna have them come? Are we gonna do something else? Or are we gonna go to that tournament in Houston or whatever? I think it's Dallas, and we gonna play Oak Cliff, Gorilla Mob, and what's the team that look like SMU?
SMU. What team?
Dallas Elite, or something
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, that's them.
So like they all out there, you see. So that's like I'm not even including the tournaments, which is why I'm going to prepare for it. And when we talk about the 20 games, the tournaments we can't do nothing about, but it might be something where we might play a national team and then we'll play the best team from the West Coast the following week. So we not like national. But we gonna play no less than 7 to 8.
Okay, coach. So yesterday you watched
Yeah,
the show and stuff, whatever,
yeah,
right? Wasn't much engagement because I end up being on the I had multiple streamings, right? And I end
yeah,
up going to the wrong one and everybody was on a different one. Usually what I do is I open up a phone line, and I also, read the comments and stuff like that. So and it's just really my way of thanking the people,
yeah,
to just give their opinion about what they think, what I'm saying, about the show. Because a lot of times they want to kind of talk to the sometimes the coaches, mostly
yeah,
us, right? And just that's just been a formula that we've been doing. So, just to kind of give you a heads up or whatever,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, man, like I say, I'm glad that you're able to, still have the core pieces because like the thing that I've been seeing so often, man, I'm telling you, very is you get a team, they get some pieces, they are good. And then the following season, that team that literally have the opportunity to do something special, they
yeah,
somehow break up.
yeah,
And I've been seeing that, for a very, very, long time and stuff like that. And I actually really like that team, man. I like the players that y'all got. I've been watching y'all. I went back and watched some other games. I just think that y'all was stacked. I don't know how y'all lost in the championship.
yeah. That, like I told you, that one. You, I'm not gonna make no excuse, bro. I want to be like they caught us. Like they just caught us. We was worn down. Hey, that 757 Bulls game was physical.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was physical, and I made a mistake as a coach that I haven't really made in like over a decade. I did it before and we pulled it out, but I did it again. Actually, no, the year before I won a natty, the second year when I came runner up, the year before when I came runner up, I did the same thing. I was like, hey, we playing this team, you know, this team lost to a team we beat by like 5 possessions. So we still gonna lock in. We gonna do this. But here's it. We went out to the little roller park, bro. Man, they went to Gatorland. they went to the little they went to the go-karts. We did all that. Players was up. You know what I mean? Because we watched film. We knew that scheme for scheme wise, it was gonna be tough. Like for them to beat us, because we coach up. Like I watch film. You can ask if you ever ask parents, coaches that was with me, bro. When they out to the parties and doing all of that or celebrating, I'm still on my phone correcting what we need to be fixed. Right.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I was still doing that, but I was out with them. And like I said, with go kart, everything, got up the next morning, was playing hard and was confident. But between that physicality that we really brought to the 757 Bulls and the other games, not to mention, no excuse, getting up at 7 a.m. out there to get to the field. No, 6 a.m. to get to the field is 3 a.m. back home,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, and then when we're playing at 9 or 10, we're realistically playing at like 6 or 7 back home. So it make a difference. And then we was up. We went down, scored first drive. O line was killing. We got a great O line D line. They was killing. Axon do the first one. We like, oh, this is it. But they had a guy who was bussing, and the same guys from offense, they had to go to defense. We was missing our running back. Our running back didn't go to nationals at all, or an outside linebacker. He didn't
Hey,
even.
Matthias, you welcome anytime, man. This is y'all platform. I just hosted. You know what I'm saying? This is everybody's platform.
Oh,
You
Dallas
welcome.
Elite just messaged me right now. Okay, I got you. So you must be watching. We gonna lock in. Dallas Elite just messaged me. Let's lock in. So we gonna get that. But yeah,
Okay,
man,
yeah.
I ain't make no
Hey,
sense.
man, let me speak to them.
You want to talk to
I
them?
wasn't no, no, no. I wasn't giving them the credit that they deserve, right?
Yeah.
I know I was giving them credit. I just didn't like the fact that, I didn't feel like they didn't play enough games, right? I just felt like they could have played a little bit more games. But I'm gonna tell you this. I like that team. I like that team. I like that team.
I like
And
that
they
running
got a
back too.
quarterback,
That
man, they got a
quarterback.
dog.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They
Both
they
of them.
they got a really good team.
Yeah,
And
they do.
I just wanted to see a little bit more of them. And people didn't really have footage of them or anything like that. But man, Dallas Elite, man, shout out to them.
You
If
didn't
they
see them
get
in the battle tournament?
yeah, I
They put
seen them.
on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But what they had RDE first. It was a
Yeah.
tight game, but then
Yep.
they end up breaking loose. But they had a good really good team, man.
Yeah.
And it shocked me. Sometimes you got to see teams in person or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, they had a really good team, man. And I wish I would have had a chance to see a little bit more of them. But I didn't. You feel what I'm saying? So
I'm locking in with them. He just messaged me, so that means he watching. I'm glad he probably just heard you. But yeah, I'm gonna lock in with them. And when I was playing Oak Cliff, I looked at their film, and that's how I was like, okay, that their game kind of showed me some of the flaws in Oak Cliff. So we had the plan, offensively and defensively. I mean, we had the plan. It's just, I think the players were just a little beat down, a little worn down. That's all on me. That's not them. They basically just ran hey, go make something happen at the end. Number three, the quarterback got off and was just shaking everybody. Like, it's not like we wasn't there. They wasn't coached up. We met him at the point of attack with 2 to 3 players. They really wanted it. And another thing, like, they weren't supposed to be in the natty, right? So you gave them a second shot. That's like us, bro. If we lost that game and then they told us, hey, you still gonna be able to play again, we gonna play. Even though every time we step on the field, we gonna play like that. But even more, we would have played like our head was on fire, and that's how they played. Much respect to the coach. I didn't take nothing from him. I said, hey, much respect. Like, y'all did that. We had some penalties and some stuff that didn't go our way. You know what I mean? We had a fourth down play where we could have did some things differently, and we learned from those. And these would be things that we capitalize on the next time we out playing anybody. But yeah, hey, I ain't gonna lie. That's why after that game we played 4 little national, smaller little tournaments, bro. We mopped everybody 30. Nobody scored on us. It was bad. But
all right. So
respect them.
look, man, if y'all I know y'all like to talk to us, during the live just to kind of get y'all opinions on teams or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to call in, that's the line, right there. Cause he said open them lines up. But that's the number to it. But man, hey, y'all already know we gotta be respectful at all times. You know what I'm saying? He says, I wish our boys was given one more year all together to prove themselves. Not sure who you with, but you
It's
know,
probably somebody from our team, and I just want to clear. I don't know who it is, but here's the truth. I actually, like I said, I didn't want our boys to be separated. I wanted all the boys to come with me. Like when you ask Ken, are the special players coming? They all special. Like, I
right.
believe in them from the jump. You know what I mean? Like, I could have went and coached anywhere, but I wanted those boys, and I still want those boys now. Like, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Day by day, more and more are coming. You know what I mean? But all the players are special. I wanted them all to come. I did want our team together, but I also wanted our team together, getting all the right opportunities that they could have got, also in a good atmosphere, and stuff like that. But yeah, I agree. I don't disagree.
Dixon said they would have came if y'all was
Oh,
relentless.
don't say nah. That ain't true. That ain't true, bro. I've been calling you forever. No, 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 no. Nah. That ain't true. That's Marshall. Nah, I know that ain't the O line sensei. He lying. I know he just saying that now because that ain't true, bro. I called him all the time. I told his coach. He was like, "I'm as soon as I hang up, I'm recruiting young players." I said, "Yeah, I don't blame you because I'm
Oh
recruiting your coach."
wow,
Like
yeah.
so, that, that's my guy, man. Like I know. You know, what I mean, he started. He was out here first with that same group of kids before he went to So Icy. Like he was out here with those group of kids while I was coaching somewhere else. And when I came, he was my O line coach in the beginning, the summer of our 8U
Mhm.
season, and then he dipped and went to So Icy. I mean, he moved to Georgia, so that was gonna be real ugly. But nah, don't let him lie to you. I would have, man. I told him I would have flown him. I said I'll give you a job out here and everything. All right, look, I'm gonna lie, telling the
Yeah.
truth. But yeah, our boys could have stayed together. They can stay together. Let me not say could have because it's not too late. Like I wanted them all to come. I wanted them all to have this opportunity, and yeah,
So what is the distance
and
though?
more.
What is the distance from the previous location till where you going to be at currently?
Well, it's we doing things a little different. Keithy gave me a little different green light. You know what I mean? So the before where they were practicing was probably 30, 35
Mhm.
minutes from where it was at. But because I get to practice at more than one location because of the team that we have and the staff and the players are already here, what we doing, I have another location that's probably maybe 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes
Mhm.
away. So it's not a huge distance. Either way, it's not a distance. It's not a big distance either way.
Yeah. So like I say, man, I ain't trying to be on here all day, unless y'all continue, to respond and stuff. I haven't seen the chat or whatever. But
Yeah, I can't
yeah,
even see
so
that neither.
but yeah, the number is 770-954-5484.
But yeah, man,
If
that's
y'all want to,
go ahead.
yeah,
Um,
man. So
hey, but this team is still gonna be the team is still gonna be special because we got we got some special kids that were already with us, and we've already. I do believe, and I will say they were gonna come with me regardless of where I was gonna be at. But
mhm.
we got some key players from a lot of the other top teams out there, like in Southern California. I might as well put it out there. They watch anyway. I'm talking from Southern California, Nevada, and Arizona. Like we have players that are coming from a while, you know what I mean, because they know what the program was before me, but they also see like how I build, and the way, not how I build, not winning. It's just I do things with high character. You know what I mean? Like I put a standard on how we act as a program on a family environment, and because it's a new name, that doesn't change anything. You know what I mean? It's like a proven record. The name of the squad now. I came on late. We're the OG Ducks. We're the OG Ducks 10U. That's not, yeah, we call ourselves the Legendary Ducks, our little team nickname, but we're with the OG Ducks. I'm with the OG Ducks as a 10U coach, and our players and came over. So we didn't combine, we didn't merge. It's just the players that came over with me, and then some players that were reaching out from other teams.
One to send a voice
Uh,
message.
okay, I got my first caller.
Go
Hey,
ahead.
what's up, man? How you doing? Thank you for calling
Hey,
in.
I'm all right, yo. It's Martez here as the powerhouse coach.
Okay.
Oh, okay. What's up, coach?
Hey man, see, I was watching. I'm watching, listen to the coach, man, and I'll be wanting to explain to you about why we D2, because stuff like that, like you see how this man can go and get with a great organization, like 30 minutes away. Us in Powerhouse Land, we don't have a team within about 3 hours of us.
Mm.
Hey, but coach, don't that? I'm just
Like,
asking, wouldn't that kind of make it a little bit easier? I was talking to somebody yesterday. We are actually saturated, so a lot of these kids should have been on the same team in the first place. but they can drive 15, 30, 40 minutes and get like, it's probably like 40 different elementaries and middle schools. So like it's hard to do what we did the past 2 years because a lot of players are spread out. I kind of wish it wasn't no other team close so that we could just like have everybody in one spot originally. But I just wanted your opinion on that.
Yeah, I got you, and that makes a lot of sense. But we only got 100,000 people in our city. Like our city
Uh,
is very, very small. So that yeah, like we not from a city like where we got a little population. All our kids go to the damn the same middle school. So like
okay.
us, when the D2 championship is like when the biggest thing because our parents and our kids they don't know a difference. And I be always commenting because Ken want to make us D1, and I always want to just say that to Ken like, well, we don't have the resources to go D1 and compete. We'll be up there, and we probably can't beat some teams, but
Yeah.
our kids want to win a national championship, and we don't have no other choice.
Yeah, man. I think y'all that good.
That's real.
I know you didn't think that, but it was actually a compliment me saying that. I felt like y'all that good.
Yeah, I get you, and I get you, and I understand the compliment, but even coming from our own state, they throw that same thing at us. Like EF, that's what he always say. Like, yo, I'm proud of y'all being D2, but it's like EF. Any other time when he talk about you, like man, anybody coming to play y'all? Y'all 3-4 hours away in the mountains. We ain't got to come see y'all. We don't want like you know what I'm saying. So it's like the same.
Yeah.
You can't say we should be playing this, but then at the same time you tell us we don't even we always got to travel. Every game is 3 to 4 hours for us every week. Our
Mm.
parents get tired of that, but don't nobody come to want to come to the mountains where we at 4 hours. We 5 hours away from EF.
Hey, y'all
So we
definitely
know
gonna
we
have to
the
reach
same
out to
state. We
here.
the whole
Y'all definitely gonna have to
yeah,
reach
yeah.
out,
You know
cuz.
what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to talk to the Oakland. You know what I'm saying? See if we can get a rematch in done season with Oakland or something. 'Cause, you know, our kids ain't probably never been to no California or something like that. Like we want because we already got to travel. Nobody really comes to us.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to echo in there. But yeah, coach, man, just tap in with me, man. We gonna make some shake. Far as with the team, man, we just
All right,
gotta
I got you.
put them on that radar. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the
That's
first
all we
step.
looking for.
Yes, sir. But yeah, man, thank you
All
for
right, I got
calling
you. I
in.
got you. I'm gonna
Yes,
tap
sir.
Thank
in.
you, coach.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, man.
Right. Right.
Anybody else, like I say, the number is 770
Even if we
954
call us up a secondary
5484.
number.
Nobody really comes to us.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like teams like that, powerhouse, right? Really good team. You know what I'm saying? So really, man, all was trying to do was just kind of push them. Hey man, go play D1. Y'all that good. Kind
Yeah.
of like the whole Relentless. Last season, y'all played UIFL, right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
So and then y'all played AYF before.
No. Last year we didn't do nothing. We won the regional championship and that was it. We didn't go. We wasn't prepared to travel or do the national for our first year at 8U. We won the Super Bowl. We beat a team in NorCal to win a region. We just didn't go to AYF or UIFL.
Okay. All right. So I'm a until they come, I'm gonna just go into the chat a little bit. All right, man. So you got some. So let me start off here. Right. And I'm gonna get with you. Let me see. Shout out to Texas.
Yeah,
Um,
that's still getting on my nerves, man.
yeah, said
I respect it though. We
yes.
coming though this year. It's over.
Said Relentless was a special team. Says we would have came if y'all. Okay, I already read that one.
Mark
Personal.
said that was cap. I wish that was true. I would.
Yeah. So BB said personal stuff. I guess led to it. H Halt says he gave up on them boys for personal gain. Do you
I
want to
got.
speak to that?
Yeah. I mean, what is there to gain? I'm not getting paid. I'm not like there's nothing else to gain. I showed you. I got a room full of trophies and rings. I mean, I got multiple AYF national champion jackets. There's no personal gain. I mean, maybe someone else would have did it for that. I did it for the kids' game. Like we said, what's the point in playing 12 meaningless games when you're gonna blow everybody out? And then, taxing parents' pockets to go. And I didn't leave the team. I want the whole team to go. The whole team should have came. Just being real, just being honest.
Right.
That was what I asked for. So there's no personal gain. If anything, it's just a little bit of hurt because some people, chose not to come. But it's definitely not a gain. I don't know what I gained from it.
All
Unless you see
right. So
something different.
Stevie says ask preacher if the AZ Big Cats players are coming, which he what been lying about? I don't know.
Hey, hey, talk to them players. Like I said, talk. Hey, I don't. Hey, we don't know. We gonna see who coming and who not. All I know is whoever's posted is who we rocking with. If you ain't see me post them, then don't worry about it yet, man. We just got to see what happens.
And then pop. Hold on. I got another
Hey,
call.
y'all in Houston. Is that? Oh, I think he talking about that turn.
To accept, press 1. To
Who
send
pop coach for?
Hey, what's up, man? Thank you for calling in. Appreciate you. What's on your mind, my guy?
Yo, what's going down, man?
Nothing
Ken, what's
much,
up,
man.
man?
Just talking this youth sports. We're good.
Hey, we trying to clear the air a little bit, man.
Uh-oh. What's up, man? I'm in trouble. What's going on?
Nah, you ain't in trouble, man. Walker in trouble, man.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. bro. What's going on, man?
Walker in trouble, man. He out here lying, bro. What's up with that, man?
Lying about what?
We want to know. We want to know the truth why you left Relentless, bro. That was a great fucking team.
Hey, listen. It's not that it was. It is still a great team, man. It's a great team. It's a great
That,
program.
that was California's team, man. And you
I I,
left.
I do agree, but here's my
Why?
question. I don't even know who I'm talking to, but look at it like this: why can't the legendary Ducks be California's team and Relentless be California's team? Why can't we? What changed?
Relentless beat the Ducks like 40-0.
I know,
Why
trust
would
me,
you go over there?
but that's the whole point. That's what people get it twisted. I didn't go over there to merge the team. I didn't go over there because their team was
So
better
why
or
did
there
you
was
go over there? Why did you take half the team to go over there?
well, I don't know if I took half the team. My intention was to take the entire team first of all, and not take. I wanted us all
Well,
to
let's
be
just say
together.
you got people on the fence.
Yeah, I agree, but like I said, my intention, big dog, was to
Say you
take.
want that whole team.
Yeah, my like it wasn't like, oh, I don't want y'all.
And you want
Let's
the
get it.
whole team.
Yeah, let's make that clear. I want to make that very clear. My intention was to take the whole
For
team.
sure.
Yeah, yeah. That was the point.
Well,
I
why?
didn't merge with the Ducks. I didn't take over. No offense
Well,
to the
why?
Ducks. Well, I want to say this. No offense to the Ducks and my coach because some of them are with my coaching staff, so it's not that. But I'm saying I didn't go to merge over. I
Why
didn't
did
go
you
to
leave, coach?
like I just you didn't see the beginning of the show, huh? Okay, I'll explain it. I
Why did
left.
you leave, coach?
I'm telling you, I left so all the kids could have meaningful games and we could all come together and they can get the
I had
opportunity.
meaningful games with the team that you had, coach.
So
But
you
yeah, no, but let him finish though.
well, I'll be real. Um, I don't think when we dang, I don't want to talk about the teams in general. When we played this one team, we beat them 38-0. We played another 10U and we was beating them 35-0 in the second quarter, and they told us we couldn't score no more. We played another team and we beat them in the first quarter, and then my parents got crazy with the president of the league. And then we beat another team who came out to our place and we beat them 42-0. And then we had to call back the touchdown so I didn't lose. We beat but other teams who players coming to our team now. We went to the Snoop League. You know what I mean? Beat they teams, shut them out. The Chiefs was a good game though because they was ranked, but those I, those aren't as meaningful. It's like I'm arguing because like we're blowing out teams and parents themselves are coming like, hey, well, why he not doing this? Well, because we're winning. Like I want to give some other kids a shot and let them do their thing, but I can't even really score no more. Like that's not high level competitive football that the boys can develop in. Also, sitting 5 weeks without a game and then getting games canceled on us, that's not ideal for what we wanted to do. And then, yes, we had already take coach, not just Coach Walker's idea. We had already agreed to go national this year. We already came into that agreement that we were going to go national. But you can't go national when national teams don't play you, and it costs a lot more when you travel in every game to do it. It's a difference. It's a difference. So I didn't just do it for me. I wanted the boys to come over and all get the same support together. To answer your
So
question,
you couldn't have done that same schedule
no,
because whether
no,
you're in the league or not, whether
no,
you're in the league or not,
no.
you're gonna have those teams you're just gonna beat out by 40 or 50, right?
Well, no.
Preseason, you make up your preseason, and you can travel wherever you want. You can play wherever you want. I know down here we'll be in the league. We beat kids out by 60 all the time, right? It just is what it is. But in the
Yeah,
preseason, you get outside.
yeah,
You get
but
outside, and I know the same thing. The same thing could have happened over there. You guys are in Supreme Conference, and I know the president would have let y'all, as long as y'all play those league games that we want y'all to play. Y'all could have opened up that schedule. Now that's a
oh,
fact.
so this I hear that voice
You
when I
can't hear
heard
a
that
lie.
Southern.
Hey, you
Miss
left because
Marshall,
of a better opportunity. You didn't
Marshall.
leave. You didn't leave because of better opportunity. You left because of you. You left
So
because
this is
you
Marshall.
wanted you to blow up, bro.
How
That's
how
good. What you did was cap. What you did was cap, and you broke up California's team, bro. But it's cool because, bro, that's what you did was dirty.
but how
You
can
did
I'm with all
downright
due
dirty and
respect,
grimy.
I'm taking it
What you
I'm
did
taking
was
that
dirty,
route.
bro.
Are you
You
done?
didn't have no communication. You just left. You
You
left them
done?
kids to dry, bro.
You done?
You let those kids to dry. You could have had the same schedule with travel. We would have came
No,
out
okay.
here to come play y'all and put y'all on the map. But you want a self game to make you look good, Nick Saban or whatever you want to be, and bro, whatever it is that you was trying to do, whatever it is, I don't care. My thing is you let them kids out to dry, bro. And
You ready? Now that I know it's you, Marshall, you done?
that's not fair.
I'm listening to you. Are you done?
I'm done, bro. I'm done because I just want the people to know the real that
Nah, I'm gonna keep it 1,000.
left.
I'm gonna keep it
Relentless
1,000.
is on the way up.
Nah,
And you could have gave them one more season, bro, and could have won it all
we
with
could
that one
have.
team.
We could have. We
You
could have.
could
I
have.
already
But
said
you
that.
made a decision for yourself.
Okay, and what was myself? What was the game for myself?
But I don't know what it was.
Exactly then. Hey, bro, then
I'm not gonna put
pause.
your,
Pause, Marshall. I'm
I'm not
sorry.
gonna put your
You
business
just
out there.
said it.
I'm
You
not gonna put
don't
your business
know.
out there,
So
bro.
if you don't know, you
That's
making
not
an
for me. I
educated
know
wish.
everything, bro.
No,
I
you
know
make.
everything. I know parents on both sides, and you still not good over there.
I understand, but you making all
You
the
know what I'm
whole
saying?
point is what you doing is you making an educated
It's
wish,
about the kids, bro.
bro.
It's
Like
about
I
the
said,
kids. You let them kids to dry. You let them kids out to dry, bro.
so I left the kids out to dry. I'm not gonna blame nobody else, but I left the kids out to dry, or they didn't want to roll with me.
You let them kids out to dry, bro. For
Who'd
real.
I leave out to dry?
Come out there, it's gonna be nice. It was gonna be nice, bro. And y'all was getting put on. Y'all had names. Y'all was in the top 15.
I don't need to get put on. We don't need to
Why?
get the
For what?
name.
Because you want to give the kids an opportunity. What opportunity, bro? That was already going to be presented if you would have stayed.
Nah. Not like again. You talking from the other
Yes.
side. You
You
talking
had
from the
the
other
sponsor.
side.
You had the sponsor. You had
You
the
talk.
sponsor.
You got what?
You had the fields. You had a great environment. What else?
Wait. What'd you say first? You said I had what?
You have the sponsors. You have the fields.
What
You
sponsor
got a
I
great
had?
environment.
What sponsor I had?
Come on, bro. You got it all, bro.
Hold on, Marshall. Time out. Time out. This is what you gotta realize. You talking from like you just said from the place of I don't know. And hold on before you even interrupt. You talking from two places. Number one place you talking from is the place of I don't know. Number two place you talking from is a place of influence. You
God
can't
knows.
talk.
God knows. God
Exactly. Why you
knows.
think I'm talking to you? That's period point blank.
God knows. God
Period. This
knowing
is
the truth coming out, bro. I just want the world to know. You know, people gonna make their decision, bro. They're gonna go wherever they gonna go. When
That's
we see you, we gonna wax that ass. And I just want you to know that.
I mean,
We
as
gonna
a
wax that
person
ass
that's
when
kind
we
of,
see y'all.
as a
Good
person
luck.
that's kind of lost in
Good.
all this, right? So I'm trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying? Like, where are we? Like, what's the whole objective for this? What's the
Now, Marshall just wanted to come on from an emotional standpoint and people who he's been talking to
California
defend him.
team, bro.
That's the only place he
That was
came from. He
California
came to
team.
defend some
He
people that
left.
he have
He
relationship
broke
with
it up.
and added extra stuff and saying that I broke it up.
That was
And he's
California
taking a
national
negative
team, bro.
standpoint because of whoever he talked to. Marshall didn't have one conversation with me. He didn't call me.
I talked
He
to both
talking about
sides,
stuff that he don't know is
side
true.
and Relentless side.
That's the whole point, is he just don't
I
know what's
got people on
true.
both
The
sides.
man just
I got both
openly
stories.
said, I don't know. So that's the whole point, bro. Like,
I'm
let's
not
just
gonna
use
put your
common sense
business
and
out there,
logic.
bro. That's not my business to put your personal business out there, bro.
That's just common sense and
I'm
logic.
talking
Like that.
football. I'm not talking no money. I ain't talking no sponsors, none of that, bro. I'm talking about you left that team out to dry, bro.
But the whole point is, how do I leave the team out to dry if the team has the opportunity to come with me? How did they get left out to dry?
That team, what opportunity would you have differently from the Ducks and Relentless when you had the same opportunity at Relentless?
No, I
so
did.
could they not? So could the team not go to where he want, or they just don't want to go to where is the location is the
They could have went
relocation?
wherever they wanted to go. It would have been paid for. It would have been good.
That's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true. That's not true.
Bro, I coached half of this team at 6 or 7 U, bro.
Bro, I understand.
They're like family to me, bro.
I understand that part, but the whole point is what you saying now. You're not talking, but that ain't got nothing to do with parents. You talking about it would have been the same, don't got nothing to do with parents. That don't have nothing to do with parents, bro.
They gonna travel. What you mean? The parents have everything to do with it. They gonna spend the money. They gonna travel. They want that exposure. They was gonna get it.
Sir, I love you, and I love your standpoint, and I respect you.
I'll let him finish what he's lying about, and I just wanted the world to know what was happening, man. But when we see you, it's 40 ball. We out, baby.
Good luck.
All right, coach.
That's like I said. That's just people get their emotions, and I'm not want to do all the extra negativity. Don't worry about it yet, man.
Parents have everything to do with it. They gonna spend money.
That's just it. That's just period, point blank. Like, people get their emotions, they get their feelings, and then he pop up. He's emotionally connected, and so am I. But the difference is he's not emotionally connected to me. He's emotionally connected to more of the people who started Relentless. And he's right, I already told you. But this is the crazy part. Not trying to say that. I'm just talking about him, not the organization. I'm staying positive. But he coached him 6 and 7 U at one organization, and then he left to another. They started Relentless. He was part of that. But it wasn't a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I was the coach of another organization. And I was going to retire and maybe let my son go play. But it was okay when I came over there and the 8 players that came with us. I didn't hear Marshall hit me up there. He was saying, you're doing a great job. You know, I really like what you're doing for these boys. This is right, Marshall. You the same coach that called me to help you out with everything that you was doing. I mean, we had that relationship. The only thing that changed right now is when some of the players that he's close to decided not to come with me. Now it's I left them to hang out to dry when the door's still open for them to come. That's not leaving them to hang out to dry. And he's not having conversation with me. We got 2 different type of relationships than what he have with them. That's just is what it is. But the still man openly said he don't know.
I got another call.
And that's just, unfortunately, that's where the truth lies, bro. Like, it's nothing left for me to accomplish. Ken, you said it, he said it. If it was that point, it was clout. What else are we gonna achieve? Everybody know that we would have still went to the Natty this year.
Hey, what's up, coach? How you doing? Appreciate you calling in. What's up? What's on your mind? Hello?
Is it on?
Hi, this is Karina.
Hi, Karina. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for being a part of the show.
Text.
Of course.
Text what's and ask if the power's back on.
I hope you're a new subscriber now.
Everybody gonna be one now.
I sure am.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, we are.
That's how he helped me build this channel. But what's on your mind?
So first, I do want to, and I'm not going to get the narrative spun and say we're speaking out of emotion. I was Coach Walker's team AD. I was also on the board, am still on the board of Relentless.
Okay.
I hate for it to have to come to this, but we'll talk. We can talk open. We can talk honest. The first thing that I don't like is that the narrative is being spun that Marshall just left our original team. No, Coach Marshall moved. His
Okay.
family picked up and they moved. He didn't just leave to leave and pull the same thing that is being pulled now. So I just
Wait, I want to clear. I didn't say that.
absolutely
I said y'all went from the Dolphins to Relentless. I didn't talk about him leaving Relentless.
no.
He
You
never
say he
left Relentless.
picked up and left.
No,
You
I
said he
said
picked up and left.
no, I said 2 years. 2 years. I when you talking about what I just said. I just said 2 years. You know, he was with y'all for 2 years, and then y'all left another program to
Mhm.
go start Relentless. Is that not true?
No, you didn't say that, Coach. You didn't say that, Coach, because Marshall didn't come start with Relentless with us because he moved. So
I
you
know, but
didn't say
no,
that. You
but
cannot.
if he didn't move, well, I got it. I'll ask a yes or no question. You were with the Dolphins, and then you left to start Relentless. Is that true or not?
Yes,
Okay, so
absolutely.
that's
The
what I was
reason
talking
why we
about.
left. No, 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 no. You're not going
And
to
then
control the
Marshall was
narrative,
with
Coach.
us in the
The
summer.
reason why we left. Okay.
But Marshall was with
The
us in the
reason why
summer.
we left to
I,
start.
I know, which is
Hold on,
why
Coach. Hold on, Coach. Go ahead.
she,
The
I don't.
reason why we left to start Relentless is because we were all a whole bunch of people there were getting scammed out of money by the president over there. So we had no choice but to take care of our kids and make sure that they had a proper program to be in, to play football, and that has integrity and is going to do things the right way. So we
Correct.
started Relentless because we had to. There were no others that we thought were respectable programs around the area that would get the job done. I personally wanted my children to have a good youth football experience, and so that's why we started this.
Correct.
Marshall planned on coming. We knew he wasn't going to be here for long because he had to move. So he went out and he went to go be with Celeste. No issues whatsoever. That is a completely different scenario than where we are at right now.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, I don't even know the right
So
questions
that
to
just
ask.
clarifies
I
that.
know.
But okay, so
No, no, it's fine.
so I will ask this though. So when because everybody's saying that he moved or whatever, right? And is that something that you already knew that was going to happen? That he was getting
Oh
ready to
yeah,
move?
yeah. It's absolutely, yeah. Coach Marshall communicated he knew. Now, where people are not talking about or it's not being promoted is that, sure, maybe Coach wanted to take our whole team over there. First off, he knew that wasn't going to happen. He
Mhm.
knew I and my son and my family for sure weren't going. So he knew he was leaving us behind, which is fine. The problem is that there was zero respect and zero communication for our entire team. No one on our team knew this was going to happen, besides the few that he was probably already talking to and planning it with. No one had a clue. We all got it dropped on us one day and had to figure out, like, hey, what the heck is going on? But I know for a fact, and other people know for a fact and can vouch for it. Not everyone is brave enough to come out and say the truth. But this has been known for weeks. It has been known for weeks, and I don't need to again expose that business or whatever it is or expose those people's names, but it was known. And
Okay,
when
so
we
let me
played the
pause there.
Island's Best tournament, it was known. Go ahead.
Okay, so let's hit that part. Just for the first part that you said, um, it was two conversations before. I had one conversation with Mike, then I had the conversation with Mike and Riddell. I'm sorry. Well, it's true.
Correct.
I had the conversation with the coach and the board member. Then I had the conversation with the president and the commissioner. And then my question was, "Hey, how do you guys want this to be handled?" And I followed the instructions to not talk to nobody. Don't start no more rumors. Let us put it out, and I let it go. I would have wanted to sit down and say, "Hey, let's do this," but I understand what he didn't want. He didn't want me crossing recruiting players, and I respected that. I didn't give my perspective on anything, and I haven't said one thing negative. Period. And I kept it at what he wanted. That's just for that part.
All
Now,
right,
the second part that you're talking about is
Coach,
people have known for
coach,
weeks. You don't want to say
go
the
ahead.
people. Keefe, the others. Let me just say this: people on the other side, of course, when we have conversations, they're just going to be excited. You know what I mean? They're going to be excited. even at other coaches that we as a program were talking to, that we wanted to come over and be with Relentless next year. There were even a couple people that I talked about. They already started getting excited, and I had that coach hit me like, "Hey, I know we just talking, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do." We were in the same exact boat, but once a conversation started, that doesn't mean everybody know. If of course if they're going to be excited potential of what can happen, so they got to start making plans on their side, and we have people who are on both sides, so they're going to talk and say something, but they didn't get the direct, hey, this is that, and this is what we're going to do until we ended Island's best. From
They
me,
knew. They
from
knew.
Coach Walker.
And
I just
they
said from
knew.
Coach Walker.
And the thing is, there wasn't even a courtesy for your staff. Even before you called Mike or, oh, let's merge, there wasn't even a courtesy for your staff to let them know, hey, this is what I'm feeling. This is what's going on. How can we make this work for everybody? This is the team I want to be with. No, it wasn't that at all, because
Well, it
you
wasn't a
knew
team that I
what
wanted to
you
be
were
with.
going to do.
Well, it wasn't a team that I wanted to be with. It was our team that I wanted to be with. And that's the first thing I asked for. I even asked for us to
But
be
you didn't, because firsthand,
merged.
if you're going to call my son, like, you're going to call us family and all that stuff. And again, I'm not trying to get emotional and personal, but
Yeah, I
if you
understand.
wanted to be with everybody on that team, you also wouldn't have left my kid. But I'm not going to get into my kid and those issues that we've had all year as well. But we know there's
But I
extra
can't.
stuff going on,
Well,
and we do.
the first person I asked was your kid's father. Like I understand what you're saying and having a direct conversation, but there's absolutely and no harm. There's no kid that I actually spoke to like to talk to a kid. Like I wouldn't talk to a kid. I talked to the parents, and the first person I ever talked to was Mike.
So I'm gonna be honest with y'all, Coach. I'm just clarify this with me.
Yeah,
So do you got to, because she said that there are kids that's not coming, and from
yeah.
my understanding, you taking the kids. So like, can we get a little bit of clarity on it?
Okay. Well, I think the clarity is kind of just like everything she said. That well, not in that way, but the clarity is that Relentless there did the Relentless ducks, shot it down, understood, was like, okay, well, this is going to be the best opportunity, so this is what I'm going to do. How do you want to handle it? Talk to the parents. They talked to the parents first. They had meetings with them. They had conversations with them. I didn't give no input. I didn't say nothing. I didn't do none of that part.
Who who had meetings and conversations with the parents, Coach? I would really like that clarified.
Well, the parents who had the meeting with me told me they sat down with Mike first because they called me to a meeting
They
because they
sat
said,
down with Mike first.
yeah, 100%.
Oh, well, then you really should talk to some of those parents. I know there is one specific parent in general, and we were all, myself included, were invited to another parent's house. We were
Listen,
invited,
I'm
and
not,
everyone on the team was included except for you. Now, that meeting that you had the
but
next
I'm not
day,
mad
that
at
second
that.
meeting that nobody brought me and Mike to the table, but don't try to, Walker, you're not going to try to spin it like me and Mike or Mike held that meeting without you. No, we didn't hold it. We were invited.
Well,
Parents
listen,
wanted to hear.
you gotta
We didn't
understand.
host anything. You're the only one. No, no, Walker, let me finish. You
Okay.
are the only one in all of this that has been coming to parents and spinning a narrative that is untrue. And there's been about 5 different narratives. There's been about multiple different narratives about your reason for leaving. So I called in, and I don't want to do this on this platform at all, but I'm going to make sure that everybody understands that what is being promoted
What
is
is being
not
promoted?
the truth.
Wait. Well, let's
The
go back.
schedule,
Well,
the
let's go back. Hold on. Let's go back. I
that's
like to, I like to not debate, but question answer this. Number one, again, who called the meeting or not?
I'm
I'm
sorry.
not there. So unlike, so who called the meeting or not? I'm not there. So unlike what Marshall just did, I can admit that I can only go by what happened. I
You
wasn't
had
there.
already left the team
I don't know
before
who
that.
called the.
Parents were in the unknown.
No. You got to
Parents
hear
had
me
no
though.
clue what was going
You're
on.
clarifying the meeting. You just said I'm trying to. You see how I just let you talk? You just said that I'm trying to spin it, or I'm saying that I am telling you, like I said, I did not call the meeting. The parents called me for the meeting because they told me that they already spoke to Mike.
No, they didn't spoke to Mike. We were all there together. If you want to do that, they spoke to me. They
Okay,
spoke to Mike.
I
They spoke to each
understand you
other.
were all there. Okay, but
They
again, I'm telling you what happened, and
That's fine.
this is just a straight. That's just a straight fact of who called it and who did it or whatever. By the time anybody that I talked to, one, it's because they called me because I respected the time and the not reach out. I did that. I respected that. So number two, to all the people who talked to me, they reached out, and upon them reaching out, they said, "Well, hey, I talked to Mike."
Well, are you implying, because I feel like what you're trying to spin right now is that I wanted to give people their
There's no
time before I
spin.
reach out. No, I'm going to finish now. That it is spinning. Everything is being manipulated. And I'm not going to let it be done to me, and I'm not going to let it be done to other people out there. You're spinning it to make it seem and imply as if you gave people their time to, you didn't want to poach them or whatever it is, and they talked to Mike first. No, these parents had no clue this was happening. It was all thrown on everybody, the coaches, the team, everyone. So they had
I
no
know,
clue
but
what
it
was
didn't have
going
to be
on.
spent on a parent.
So they decided to get together and talk because everyone has no clue what's
Yes.
happening. We have this unicorn team that's doing so great and being promised that we're going to continue to do this year after year. And then there's this switch up
Mhm.
from one day to the next with no communication whatsoever. So the parents decided to hang out. Mike and myself were invited. We had no clue who was even going to be there. We showed up and seen that there were multiple faces that we didn't even know was going to be there. We showed up. For all we knew, you could be there. We have no clue. And then the next day, I did
That's that.
say,
What I agree.
Hey,
I
I
believe that.
think I
I mean,
think I understand what's going on now. Okay, it took me a second. I'm sorry, y'all. I am
I'm
right.
sorry.
It
Yeah, I
it's
feel
it's
lost. I
okay.
feel
unfortunate.
bad for you.
It's unfortunate, that we even ever come to this or there's a disagreement. It's unfortunate, right? But then also this platform, I like to use it because if the kids are watching, they need to understand this is how you resolve an issue, right? This
Correct.
is how create resolution, and you can still disagree, right? And go your separate ways, but this type of stuff needs to happen sometimes. But it seems and it sounds like to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, either party, it sounds like they were saying that you were basically promising them, hey, the caller who's calling, I'll get to you, I promise. When she's hang up, it sounds like you were telling the kids, or is what people feel like that you were telling the kids in the organization that basically you were going to do X, Y, and Z, but you always had an exit strategy to go elsewhere. That's what it sounds like to me. I could be wrong.
No, it's a video. I've always like until that day. That's why I said Keefe didn't even the Ducks didn't even know. So after we lost the national championship, some of these same parents, which is why I don't take it personal because it wouldn't be that big of issue if they didn't care about me. Which is why I'm conducting myself this way. You feel me? I'm not taking it like that because I mean I wasn't the head coach last year, and the head coach last year left, and that was just that, right? He just left. So I do understand it because, like you said, like everybody else, I was 100%, bought in. I did help build the program, and I was, all in for it. And when we lost, I did tell the kids like, hey, we're going to make sure that this don't happen. I'm going to prepare
And
you
we're
so the
coming
next
back
time we get
next year.
there,
You have kids
we're
thinking
coming
that
back
you
and we're
left.
going to win it
You
all.
have
No,
kids
So
thinking
coach,
that
you
you
can't,
left because they lost.
no, but here's the point.
uh,
Here's the truth. That was
you can't
that.
do that.
Here's the biggest truth. At that point, 3 weeks later after that, the Ducks announced a coach. Right. So that was. It just shows you, I had no intention of doing that. That was it. I meant every single word that I said. Like period, point and blank. Just like when I mean, I don't know no good analogy to say it, but it. You mean it. I did mean it. That's why I was one who spoke up. And that's why these same parents who are upset was like, oh my God, you're such a great coach. I love how you always talk to the kids. I love how you speak to them. I love how you build them up. I got the messages, right? It's just, everything else that happened, and I can attest, and anybody else, the Ducks themselves can attest, me being over there wasn't even a
All
thought.
right, so here,
So
It was
all of that
though, and
here's
stuff
there's
what.
was
Oh, I'm
multiple
sorry.
people
Go
that
ahead.
can attest to that, but we won't. No, you're fine.
Yeah,
There's
they
that
can't.
again. That narrative can be put out there, but multiple people in this football
Text
world
Keefe so we
know
can.
it's not the
I mean,
truth.
any narrative can say. That's like me going, okay, watch. There's multiple narratives that said that y'all wanted me out from the get go. That this was, the whole plan, and Mike
Coach,
really
you
wanted
can
to have the
say
team in the
that's
first
fine.
place.
I already know all
Why
the
would I?
coach.
You,
That's
no,
fine.
but do you understand
People
what I'm
know the
saying? Like
truth,
that
and
stuff.
people
Just
will know
because,
the truth.
but I'm saying
That's what a
somebody say
manipulator is going
something,
to do. A manipulator is going to say something like that to make people start thinking that it could be vice
and they
versa.
didn't make. But
I
but
have
if you're
integrity.
saying that, but if you're saying that, Karina, if you're saying that, and you're saying that's what they're going to do, you are and I'm saying I didn't listen to that, and I'm not saying that was a source and that had nothing to do with it. I'm not saying, oh, that's a narrative. That's not even coming out of my mouth. But if you're saying that about me, like, oh, that's what people are going to do, then why you don't take that in accountability for yourself? If people are telling you that, oh, I do this and this, why wouldn't you take that into accountability for
This
yourself?
is the first
Like,
time
how
I'm
would a
hearing of that. This is the first time I'm hearing of that, Coach.
no,
I wish
no, no,
someone.
no, no. I'm talking about you're saying multiple people told you about this narrative, and that's not true. And I'm telling you, you see that there was a coach announced. They had no thought of me. The man said it himself. I'm telling you that he didn't do it. It's not like it was a plan or he reached out. We said that. I know you probably been watching from the start. We already touched that part. That wasn't
all
the
right.
plan.
So
It absolutely was
look,
not the
so
plan.
I'm a person, right? I'm a straight shooter, right? I tell. I'm not saying that what you did, like you going to another team, is wrong, but I think the part where the accountability needs to be accepted. And I'm sorry for even
Yeah,
inserting myself in there, but I'm just a person that when I hear something, then I just, give my perspective. When you let
yeah,
the kids know that next year we're going to be back right there,
correct.
it wasn't no going back after that. It wasn't no going to another team. It wasn't any of that because you
Right.
instilled or installed and put in these kids' head that we're going to be together and we're next season and
Yes.
we're going to win it, right? So when you say that you got a call, right, 3 weeks later, the fact that you actually gave that statement, right? I think it should have been declined for the next season. That's just my personal opinion. You see what I'm saying? So I think the accountability, yeah, I
No, I
think the
respect that.
accountability part is be like, you know what? I actually messed up. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That for me, to me, that's enough. Where it's like, you know what? You kind of right. You right in this regard. You know what I'm saying? I did say that. I messed up. But hey, ma'am, I keep getting this one call. Can I take this call?
No, you're good.
Okay,
Absolutely. Thank you for your time.
okay.
Call from.
Phil Skinner.
Hello. Hey, how you doing, Coach? Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. What's on your mind?
Am I waiting?
Yes, you on.
Am I gonna talk to them?
You already
Yeah,
in
you
line.
good.
We
Everybody
can
can
hear
hear you.
you.
Oh, sorry. Hey, this is Phil Skinner. So I just wanted to say a couple of things here. First of all, um, I came from. I'm bringing my son on to the legendary Ducks as well. We came from a very successful program as well, and this is 100% about doing what's right for our kids. I want y'all to know that this was made. This decision was made while we were working out there with the Island's best All-Star team. We put together a great squad. We said let's keep the band together. We can add some more. Hopefully, we can get as much of the kids from before. And I'm gonna tell you right now, we're ready to do it, man. And this is about going national. This is about putting opportunities out there for our kids. I'm sorry to everybody else out there that feels like they're butthurt, but this is like the transfer portal of today, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, they better get used to it. In high school, they're gonna have that. In college, they're gonna have that. That's the way it works in the pros these days. We're trying to get to the best situation for our kids, and right now, what I feel like is I want to put them on the national stage. I want them to play the So Icy boys. You know what I mean? Like Coach said, we're not going to talk about some teams that were blown out by 30 points or whatever the fact may be. Maybe we get blown out by 30 points by the So Icy boys. Fine. We're trying to do that. We're trying to get on that stage. That's what this is about for us, man. We want to play that stage. We want to go with the kids that want to go that direction. We want to go with the parents that want to go that direction. There's a group of people out there that want that in our area and even farther than our local area that are willing to make that kind of commitment, that kind of travel, and that's just what it is. We want to go and do that. And so if you want to jump on board, you know, I put it on the chat there, and this is what I feel, man. Listen to this. If you want to be a big dog, you get into the pound. Get out the bark park. You know what I mean? And that's what it's about. You got to get your ass out there and play or put your kid in a position that he's going to be great or he's not. But
yeah,
you know, if you want to go play Pop Warner or do the other things, you go do that too. That's all good. You know, football is great in every aspect.
No, hey, let me add one more.
Go ahead.
Ken, I want to add one more because obviously he's a parent that's coming on. Like I said, it's not just our parents; it's a lot of people. I'm gonna add two things. Number one, the reason why I'm not, you know, like really tripping. Everybody's gonna say what they want. Everybody's gonna say it from their perspective. Just like this coach is saying it from his perspective. Those parents are gonna say it from their perspective. In reality, like I told them, you know, I did want it to happen a different way. I told them I had the conversation. I have the conversation, and it happened a different way. But here's what I want to say, and here's the absolute truth. Right after we went to Best of the Best, we went to Big Dog Bowl. I believe Skinner, was you at the Big Dog Bowl with us?
Yeah.
No, Skinner, you didn't do the Big Dog Bowl, right?
No, not the Big Dog Bowl. We were.
Okay, no, this is the point. He did not do the Big Dog Bowl. Correct. So he went to the one before. He went to the Big Dog Bowl. After this game, which was called the Big Dog Bowl, we all went out to Island's Best. Before we went to Island's Best, he had already sent me a message saying, hey, I don't mean to share. I don't know if it's bad, but he already put it out there. He has sent me a message. She can come. He sent me a message on the way to Island's Best and said, hey, man, you know, we talked, we made some decisions, and we're just going to roll with you to Relentless. So we were on our way to our last tournament, and after we got back from that tournament, I had the conversation with the other people. I mean, with my staff, with the commissioner. But even him, he sent me a text message telling me he was ready to come to Relentless, because when I had recruited him at the Best of the Best game, I said, let's keep this together, and we are going to be Relentless next year. And then the following week, after he got back from, you know, his situation, when he texted me that, and I said, okay, well, we're going to talk about that because I got to have some conversations to make sure it's still the same. And that happened a week before I talked to them. The reason why I'm saying that is because it wasn't a long, drawn out plan. It wasn't anything like that. His full intention was to join with Relentless because anybody I recruited up to that point, that's what it was supposed to be, man. That's where they were supposed to go. And different parents are all going to do it for different reasons. And I understand people are hurt. How you think people from Jackson State felt when Dion left? And he told them that all the stuff he said about Black communities and how HBCUs were going to be the best. And, you know, he was looking forward to turning the program around. He gave them the best 2 years and took a whole bunch of ridicule. But then he had an opportunity to take those same players and put them on a higher platform. And now those players are getting drafted in the NFL. And he caught it all too, which is why I expected. I expect that if I'm not getting heat, if everybody like every single thing that I'm doing, then I'm not doing something right. That means I'm either compromising or settling in some area. And God gave me a gift for everybody, like for everybody. Now, if they decide not to take that gift because the team changed, then they also had a motive, a real one. And it was nothing about, it wasn't a relationship or friendship. It was what I could do for you when I no longer could do that. It is what it is. That's the truth. There was no ill will. Now, yes, I wish it could have been different. I wish that we could have had the conversation and said, hey, parents, this is what I do, but I wanted to respect the wishes. I'm having it now. And to be real with you, I just wanted to talk about the switch. And we were supposed to talk about teams, taking on the callers, kind of took it here. That was not my intention. And just like that, there's always stuff that more could be said. I'm trying to keep everything positive. But he just told you verbatim that he texted me a week before I had the conversation with them. And at that time, everybody was joining to come to Relentless. His son's a stud. We have a lot of studs coming up. And that just is what it is. But I expect it, man. Like if they didn't care about me and if it didn't matter, that would be
Hold
there. I wish
on.
I could have did
Like,
something, like the meeting and
Success.
stuff
That's
different.
one.
But like I said, it's still all love to the kids.
Hello?
And that's just what it
Right,
is.
right. Now I get it. Hello, how you doing? Thank you for calling in. I'm only take a couple more calls. Hey, thank you for calling in. What's up? How can I help you?
Hey, he's probably got these
Hello?
viewers probably going through the roof right now.
can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, this is Coach Mike, Big Mason dad. First off, I want to say commend you on the platform that you have, and I want to commend Coach Walker as well for the great job he's been doing with those boys so far. But I want to go on to let people know that there's not always an answer for every move and every situation that you have in life, right? And I say that based off of just being in the same situation. So, of course, Mason's from Tennessee, plays in Georgia, right?
Mm-hmm.
I used to coach in Tennessee. I had the same situation with Ted coaching out there. Some things happened, some things with the team happened. I had personal things and some other issues that, had reared themselves, right? Same thing. At the end of the season, hey, we coming back. We're going to go do what we got to do. We're going to take Tennessee, put on another map. Well, certain situations and things happen to where that stopped me from being able to do that. I have some guys now.
Yes, sir.
Now they actually play national ball. I got a kid that actually plays with their high school. You got some other kids that let them play in other situations. But with that being said, the same kind of concept. I came, told our head coaches and talked to our coaches weeks on the band, weeks, right? But there's a procedure and a certain way you handle things when coaches are in rooms, right? And that same situation, I was told, hey, let's hold this, let's figure out some things and then we'll tell people. Nobody was told anything. Would I have liked it to go and have a conversation with the parents that was there that I was coaching and the kids that I love that I was coaching with? Yeah, sure. There's only so much that you can do as a coach when it's not really your whole organization, right? We have control. We teach these kids. We grow them. But overall, there's still a business aspect to this, right? Mm-hmm. So I get it. I heard the lady call in, and she was concerned about her son and what they have in the near future, right? Mm-hmm. But ultimately, as coaches, we come in, we try and change the narrative. We try and grow these kids, try to get them the best opportunities possible. Sometimes that is an easy part, and sometimes it's a hard thing to do. Yes, the parents help. Sometimes the coaches help. But sometimes the situations we are in do not allow us to climb. Like if there's a rock in a path that you're trying to get through, sometimes you got to change the path. I mean, that's life. Yes. I'm an engineer, and I can tell you, I've been through the top math, the top science that you can take in college. And it's some formulas that don't have answers, baby. I mean, I'm sorry to say it. That's just how life is. And with that being the case, you have to take some of these new things that's happening and just redirect yourself and do what you can for your kid and for what's left of whatever team or whatever team you're on. It's going to be the same way when we go to middle school, high school, and college. It's not going to change. This is something that you have to learn from build from, and do better. There's no reason to come on here and, hey, this is the truth, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. The truth is he's gone. Okay, that's the truth. That's what you have to understand. He is leaving, and he's have the door open for you to come to. If you cannot make it through that door, that's not the end of it. You can still pivot away and do what you can with the coaches that you do have. Because one thing I didn't hear from everybody that called in was that, oh, okay, you know, I've heard like the negative parts, right? But not the positive part that Relentless still lives on, right? Nobody's called and talked about how Relentless is still an organization. It still has coaches. It still has kids. Like, what's the role gonna look like for that? You will find out as the season go on, but that's still, it's still there. So it's kind of a slap in the face to the kids that are still there and the coaches that are still there, because we're making a big fuss out of a coach leaving and going for another opportunity.
Now I get it.
Still have a program, baby.
Look, I get that, right? I get what you're saying. The only part that made it wrong is he told the kids this. See, that's the only part that makes this whole thing.
Well, Ken, I got a question. Ken, what was I supposed to say at the end of their lost game?
The same thing. I was barred to coming back to talk
I got you on that
after the fact. I was barred. I couldn't come back and talk to the kids. You got to realize that's not my organization. That's probably not his organization if he's leaving. There's a certain way people do business. Okay?
Yeah, that can't be one though. I get you. I get you, coach, but that can't be one.
Well, this is the thing. What do you want him to do if he can't go through with that? Like, if he
no. See, here's what I'm saying. I think that the statement, if he ever had intentions on possibly leaving, the statement should have never been made to the kids.
But I did it. But that's the whole point, kid. I didn't. That's the hard part, is that I did.
Let me get at that too. I said, so when I said I was coming back, it was the same concept. I went, me and Mason, I spent the money. We went to these programs. We looked at some stuff. We tried to get some recipe in the pudding, bring it back home, okay? When we came back, that was the concept. We were bringing this back. We were going to shake some things up. We were going to do what we do, right? Well, the problem was that wasn't the case. That got thrown out of the window, and I was backseated for some other stuff, okay? Well, at that point, I don't get to talk to these kids. I'm not here with these kids over and over. So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, that's probably his first idea. That's probably the first thing he thought to do, and that's what's true. He didn't say that wasn't true. He didn't say that wasn't true, that he talked to them and thought about going back. The problem is that we're using that first instance to define his second instance, and you can't do that. Because just like today, your car can be working, right? Tomorrow it cannot be working. Does that mean that the person you told you was going to give a ride to work to be upset because you can't give them a ride to work now?
Yep.
That's life.
Yeah, you could be mad because you probably didn't call them.
You're going to be mad though.
Nah, but look, man, these people up there grilling me in the comment section, man. They saying he telling me next caller. But hey, but I appreciate you tuning in, man. Hopefully you subscribe to the page. You know, I thank everybody that's in here. But hey, coach, but no, I appreciate you, man. I definitely appreciate you calling in. All right.
Hey, the crazy part is the majority of people that's calling, they got my number.
I mean, I guess it's open on the platform, so they want it to be out there. Since it's already out there, I don't know. But no, coach, that's the only thing, because you was about to ask me a question, right? And shout out to H Hawk. Appreciate. Shout out. He said, don't forget about us in the chat. Nah, I ain't gonna forget. But yeah, everybody kept saying next caller, man. But no, he deserve a voice too. You know, this is what the platform is for, right? But the only thing, like I was saying, coach, right, is that when you was telling the kids, man, we're gonna do this next year, we're gonna do that, right? That's added motivation to help them get over the loss, right? That's stuff that, you know, that helps them, right? Get over it. Oh, coach gonna be back. Coach gonna be this. Coach gonna be that. And when that doesn't happen, you see what I'm saying? That's the only part that I'm trying to get you to see. Out of all that.
No, I agree. That's the hard part. Again, that's what I said. I think we've been so far. I think we don't realize that that's the first thing that that's the very, very first thing that I said is that, two things was number one, if it was my way, then everybody would have came. That's the truth. Okay. Then the second part, number two, was even before that. Every time I talk to them, even the people who's like, some really good athletes, some good families, some good people who were coming, it was relentless. It was relentless. It was relentless. That's the whole point. So at the time when I said it, weeks after I said it, it has always been relentless. That's just the truth. There's nothing I could do about that. Like obviously, if I would have known, I still would encourage the players. I just would have changed the verbiage to, hey, listen, stuff happened in life and you'll get another shot at it. Yeah, if I would have known, would have said that. Unfortunately, those are words that will always ring out because you hate it. It sucks and it's not the best. But in reality, I wanted them to be able to come. I wanted to encourage them and I wanted to go back with them. I still want to go
Yeah.
back with them.
So,
Like that's just like I can say like this. Have you ever are you married, King?
man, about to be 20 years in. Well, I ain't been married 20 years, but I'd have been with her
I know what you
about
meant.
20 years on the 22nd.
Congratulations. I thought we were good for pushing 10,
Yeah.
going on 11. But all I'm saying is the person you were with before her, you probably at some point told him that you loved him. And you genuinely meant that. Like 100%. Like at that time. And you didn't know that you were going to marry somebody else. You told her how you felt. And that was true. But whatever happened from the point of time and then to you being where you're at now, something happened and something changed. But that didn't mean that you didn't mean what you said. That don't mean that whatever you said at that time it didn't count. And that's just the reality of it. Like everything came from the heart and they loved it. I mean, I don't blame them for going back because I know it hurt. I understand. I already wish it could have been different. We
Nah,
already
I
hit
don't.
that part. I know you
I
don't.
don't wish it could have been different.
I know
You
because
want to
you
know
mad.
why?
Why?
You want to know why?
I
Because
got it.
everybody's true colors is coming out, and that's fine.
I got you.
Okay,
Sorry, she
cool,
mad.
cool.
But no,
Say
but
something in the
but
comments.
I think that
Awesome.
that is the difference though. Like I think when people get hurt, they say stuff like that. They don't have negative intentions. When people hurt, they don't know how to respond
Hey,
necessarily.
what's up,
Everybody
man? How you
doesn't deal
doing?
with emotion or hurt
Thank you
the
for
Hey,
calling
same.
in.
yo. Oh,
Everybody
yes,
has a
sir. Yes,
different feeling
sir.
for it. Just because I could take it, that don't mean another person could take it. I'm sorry,
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah,
talking to
yeah.
You
both
can turn.
everybody. I'm talking her, you, everybody. I understand that
Hey, what?
everybody takes
I'll
stuff
be
from
talking
their
to him
eyes,
while you
their
talking,
perspective.
man. But what's good,
Yeah,
man? How
nah,
can I
yeah.
help
So,
you?
man, nah, I just want to, just get some stuff off my chest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, go ahead. What's the word?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah,
Well,
the floor yours, man. Go
first and
ahead.
foremost, you know what I'm saying? We know for sure that everybody respect Coach Walker.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody respect Coach Walker. Everybody. And the only thing is was that he say something that I just couldn't let slide by. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't let it slide by.
Okay. Go ahead. The floor yours. He ended up hanging up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ended up hanging up.
No, it's okay, but not. You know what I mean. I don't mind it. I didn't know it was gonna be a, get everything off your chest session, but that's also needed, for people. And I'm like
Awesome.
not avoiding it. Still gonna keep it what it is,
Accept.
but
Press 1.
But back to what I was saying. Everybody handles it
Man,
handles
my
it
bad.
different.
My
Now I
phone
see the chat.
disconnected.
Okay, go ahead. What's on your mind, bro? Go ahead. The floor yours,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah. Nah. Yeah, like I said though, everybody respect Coach Walker because what he did for the organization. What he did for Relentless, what he did for the kids. I mean, always seemed genuine. I've seen him personally, look out for the kids personally, and there's no disrespect to Coach Walker. But it was something that he said that got to me,
Let's
you know what I'm saying? Because he said that he didn't make this decision until after the Island's best get down. You know what I'm saying? He didn't make his decision after the Island's best get down. I just got one question, and my question is:
mm,
when we was in Florida at nationals and we was discussing this, all of this national independent talk, you know, playing the top teams and
mm-hmm.
everything, was Relentless ever going to be the option? Because I was told
Yes.
that Relentless was going to be the option as long as the organization was cool with it. You know, as long as the organization was cool with it, we was going to run it with Relentless.
He turned on the power.
What I'm hearing from the
Yes.
organization is one thing, but then what I'm hearing from Coach Walk is another thing. The organization talking about they wanted to play the top teams and they gave that option, but
They,
then
I,
what
I
Coach
would.
Walker said,
We
they
did
didn't
come
give
up
that
with that
option.
together.
So I'm trying to figure out.
I think.
I'm trying to figure out
Okay.
what I'm trying to figure out so what is it? Because I know for sure we was coming. We was coming. I'm thinking for the longest that it was gonna be with Relentless, and if it wasn't even Relentless,
Correct, because that's all of
I'm
our
thinking,
conversations were.
yeah, yeah. And if it wasn't gonna
You
be
right.
Relentless,
No, you
I'm
right. All of
thinking
our
it was going.
conversations. We.
I'm thinking it was gonna be Limitless. You know, the Limitless Dogs. That was my second guess. Now I didn't think the OG Ducks was ever going to be a part of it,
You right.
and that's why we got kind of blindsided. You know, but like I said, we was going at one point. We was going with you because we thinking we was gonna go with
Yeah.
majority of the team. You know, we wanted to keep the team together. You know, but once I start talking to the other side, they saying that they gave you the opportunity to stay with Relentless and still play those top teams, like Coach Marshall was saying earlier. You know, why did you leave when you had all the opportunity right there? That's where it kind of got a little scary, and it's like, okay, did I get lied to, or what was the reason in leaving
I
if
don't
they
want to
gave that?
listen. Same same thing I was trying to say to Marshall. Is this who is it? Is it American Uncle? Who am I speaking to?
It's Keith.
Okay. So look, so let me all right, back. So let me be specific. You didn't necessarily I don't want to say you got lied to by nobody. I don't think they lied to you. I just same thing I was trying to tell Marshall. I can say what I want to say, but that don't mean I can do what I'm saying I'm going to do. That's the best way to put it. I can say what I'm going to say, but I don't mean to do the best way I can do. Um, going, we did have the conversation and going. I'm not trying to blast that league, man, because that sounds negative. I'm just saying for me personally, going back to Supreme League, just it wasn't an option. We all sat there and said it. And to be real, just like last time, I wasn't even the one who brought up that conversation. And it wasn't just in Florida. The first conversation actually happened in Arizona, where similar multiple people told me they wasn't coming back if we were in Supreme League. You know what I mean? But I was like, hey, we're gonna make it better. We're gonna figure it out. Right. So that's where it first started. When we got to Florida, then we realized the Snoop League, was cool, but you can't play nationals. And everybody's like, well, I want to compete nationals. I want to do all stuff like that. It was like, well, we can't. With the chat, with the board members and everybody, I laid out the whole plan. I put, we can play this many teams here if we go independent. And then we got to do this. And then we can play this many national teams and do stuff like that. The only other part is that it
Mm-hmm.
costs. You know what I mean? And then there was one. I'll tell you, I was told that we was gonna have a sponsor that was gonna pay X amount. I said, oh, why you didn't tell me that from the get-go? I said, hey, well, can we practice at multiple locations? Because we already have kids that are joining Relentless, but they want to travel. Can we get closer to this city or that city? Well, I'm gonna see if that's a possibility. You know what I mean? But it really wasn't. And then I checked in with the sponsor because I was mad. Like, well, then we didn't even in Florida. We didn't even have to have them talks. We could have just, we already good. We already know we going that. And the sponsor was like, no, that's not what I'm doing. I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't get offended, but I'm like, okay, well, if that's already not true, and we still saying that we still gonna be in the Supreme League. Yeah, I know that the person in that league said he was gonna support us and do all of that, but they also said we would have games and we wouldn't be, out 5 weeks and stuff. And it's still on me for these boys. So if it was my responsibility and all that stuff didn't fall through for these kids, then that's on me. So that's why all of this blame and all this negativity is on me because I made the decision to ensure that
So
happened. And on top of that, stuff that are out of their control. Oh man, Ohio State beat Notre Dame. The stuff that was out of their control is the teams wanting to play us. That's not necessarily just them saying we don't want to. That's the team saying they don't want to.
okay, coach, let me get some clarity on this statement because if so, I think I can bring home what I think is going on. He
Okay, go
said
ahead.
he was saying Relentless didn't have the money to go nationals. So just clear that air right quick.
Well, it's not like anybody has the money to go
Mhm.
national, right? I don't think nobody can just say they have the money. I know what he was saying is that the parents are willing to pay, yeah, for a couple trips, but every parent is not willing to pay to go 6 or 7 games out of state. You know what I mean? That's not necessarily an easy thing to do. And you can't speak for every single parent, especially when nobody really has a true relationship with every single parent like that. That's just the truth of the matter. So anybody can say, hey, parent, if I talk to just your son and just his son or a group that I'm close with, and they say, hey, I'm willing, that doesn't mean the whole thing is willing to go. That don't mean everybody can do that. You can't go in other people's pockets and say what they able to do and what they can't do. What you do know is you have a another opportunity to someone who's been doing it for over a decade and has been getting sponsors and been fundraising and doing things like that. That's a proven, that's something given that could lighten the load for everybody, and that's the difference. So I understand him saying that, oh, they would have got it or they can do it. No, I mean right now we trying to make sure we can have a great banquet. You know what I mean? Off of what we have left. Not, and I'm not saying that we couldn't fundraise again, because everybody looks for something negative. I'm not saying we couldn't have fundraised, but like after I've done that. You know what I mean? I've actually had to travel and been there before. It's not all that easy, and it's a stress on people. So I understand what he's saying, but he can't make that call, Ken. He can't say that they could have done that. You know what I mean? He don't have these conversations. They don't call him, or whoever it is. I don't even know who they are, but they don't call him and have the conversations about being able to make it or not, or what their concerns are or not. They don't have that. They don't do those things. I do. I had to. You know what I mean? So that's just that's the truth
Okay,
to
so what
that.
it sounds like to me, it sounds like to me when talking right to every just listening to everybody, it sounds like they're upset because it felt like you were trying to get the kids that were on Relentless
Ooh, that's
to go to the OG Ducks, right? And it seemed like they wasn't for that, right? And so in return, they felt like you were trying to undercut the organization, right? That's what it sounds like. So I could be wrong, right? But like
Wait, I'm
huh?
sorry. Repeat that. Repeat that. I'm sorry. Can you repeat
Oh, the
that one more
part where
time?
I
I was
said that
distracted.
it sounds like they were more concerned about you taking their kids away from their current organization. And it
Yes,
sounds like
yes,
that's
and
the
that's
bigger
understandable.
underline of all this stuff, right?
Yeah, that's really that's. I would say I don't think that's just it. I would say that's 1/3. Like I'm honest with it. I'm real with it. So the 1/3 is the fact that like I said, we had a head coach leave before. I was the assistant coach at 8U. I was not the head coach. Again, I was just the assistant. And the coach left and it was no problem. So the problem is with me leaving, like he said when he hopped on, and other people say, I know you're mad right now, but they respect, what I do as a coach and what I do for the kids. This incident is what they're mad about. You know what I mean? So 1/3 is that they know if I leave, then some kids are going to leave with me, but I wanted them all
Mm,
to leave. So that's number one.
mm.
Number two,
Oh,
they're
one.
mad
It's
because of
in the
how we
voicemail.
um spoke. You know what I mean?
What's up,
And what
Drake?
they had the expectation of, that's that. And then number three, the reality of it is both sides, you know,
Yo,
we're not together. So those are the
Street.
three things. That's just it. But it's all
yo, what's
rooted,
good?
isolated. It's the truth.
Okay, this somebody I know. What's up, Street? What's good?
So
Hello?
right now, what I'm listening to is I got from what I'm listening to is I got half of what you saying right now. They mad because it seems like he's trying to take some kids to another program.
Mm-hmm.
So what I get out of it on my side is a coach that's trying to play competitive football, right? And then I'm listening to some of the parents, like from what I'm getting out of some of the parents, it's like, okay, we was winning over here. I mean, it's like they're satisfied with what they're doing over there, but of course it's not getting him to where he want to go, to that point where he's trying to get to. You know,
Right.
he's trying to play national ball. They satisfied with playing in the schools and winning their trophies at the end. And he's not really getting those games that he really want to play because don't know. Of course, like us, we like who the fuck was Relentless when we heard about him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a Relentless Ducks, yeah, you know, like I said, like we got the OG Ducks in July. Now, if he a part of that squad, we'll be playing him. If he would have,
Yeah, we playing.
me personally, if he would have stayed relentless, I don't think we would have gave him no game.
Nah, he would I would
You know what
cause
I'm saying?
I would have vouched for it. I would have vouched for it. I would have made
That's
it.
what I'm
I,
saying.
I
Like
would have
it would
got
have been other teams that probably would have been like, you know, do I travel to Vegas and play OG Ducks, or do I travel to Vegas and play Relentless?
yeah, cause I know I could have got
And just
for
imagine, okay,
sure.
if it wasn't us, if it was another team, they probably would have took OG Ducks game.
Yeah, that's 3 games for sure.
I already
You
got
know,
three people who
I
said that.
understand. Like we've been we've been following. I've been following Relentless because of Ken, and y'all are a great team. It seems like to me you got the door open and nobody want to open it. You got the
Mm,
door open and nobody want to enter,
mm.
and they just want to make an excuse. And some of the parents just making an excuse because they're winning where they're at, and they want to stay winning. And I understand that, but he's trying to take it to a whole nother level, and they don't want to come.
Yeah, and that's one
Man,
of the first
okay,
thing
let
I
me
said though.
say
I
he did
said,
this, or he took this, or he stole this, or he taking our kids. And he's trying to make it better. And nobody. I mean, I'm trying to figure out what we're trying to do right now. This is a 10U team, right? 10U
yeah,
ain't
yeah,
be up.
yeah, dope
Yes.
team. You know what I'm saying? So like, bro,
I'm
I
trying to figure out
hate
where
that
we
it
going
had to
right now.
be this, but then I'm also not as upset only in regards to these babies. They need this, like I said, they need to understand how to resolve conflict. And you see, coach has been
Yeah.
poised. He answered, a lot of the questions. Now, I don't know enough to be like, oh, nah, that didn't happen or this. I'm listening to what other people are saying, and then I'm like, okay, well, this is what I'm getting from it. That's the most I can do. You know what I'm saying? And like, I didn't know that it was gonna be this, but at the same time, man, it's a good thing because now you got it out the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right,
I
Ken.
mean,
I didn't know
I
either, but
thought he was coming
I
on to
feel the
like
same way.
I thought he was coming on to like introduce us to what he got going on as far as now. And it's like they going all the way back to the parents going back and back and back, and I'm like, man, the season over with.
Right.
Yeah, it's to you.
Nah, but
The door's open. It's up to you to come. That's it.
that's it.
And
That's
the
it.
extension
So,
is still there, but I'm gonna be
still,
honest. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I know that y'all want it to be the way that y'all want it, right? Sometimes things like this, it does occur, right? Now, like I told you, y'all seen what I told coach. The only thing I feel like you're wrong is telling the kids this, right? That's
we
the
were gonna
only
come
thing,
back.
right?
Yes.
But I can see where someone like Karina is saying that because she's a part of the organization. Whereas, like,
They
hey, you taking my kids, you can go somewhere, you know what I'm saying? But why would you take my kids? You know what I'm saying?
I will also speak up for Karina. It ain't just like I could go somewhere. Like it ain't just about her kids. I do agree. Like even with Karina, obviously everybody she's talking to me after everybody has already talked and said what they wanted to say. But I do believe, like her, like she said, she wasn't trying to get emotional. I believe her hurt is legit, and it's legit because we didn't just build a team. Like we were building this program together. We were doing everything, you know what I mean, for the long run. We had plans, you know what I mean, and it was there, and she bought it. It ain't just the players for her. It was our whole atmosphere. Same thing you saying. We did build something. I'm not negating the fact that we did build something special, regardless of wins and losses. And I told our parents that, and I'm telling the next parents, I could care less about the wins and losses and the trophies and the plastic. You know what I mean? That wasn't the point, but we built what we wanted to build as far as our communication, our outings, our positivity. We had some issues, but we resolved them quick, mainly because this is how I'm going to respond. And this is what I asked, how I asked other parents to respond and resolve conflict, right? So what we had was special. Everybody was comfortable. And this team that wasn't expected to do anything was doing everything, right? So I understand where she's coming from. I don't think it was just the kids. I think it was just the whole separation in general. The kids just make it worse. You know what I mean? Like if you get a divorce with somebody, divorce is hard enough. But then after that, now you start saying who the kids gonna have custody of. That makes it even worse. Right, it gets it more personal. You start looking at, well, oh, well, you did this and you used to do that, like all that extra stuff come out. I'm not saying all of that stuff, but the hurt brings out that, and I think it's legit. And like I had, haven't had a conversation with her, but you know what I mean. We just been talking for other things, and I'd already called the president and told him, hey, look, I apologize. I had every intention to stay. It wasn't a full decision. I wish it could have been a little bit, different, and I wish I would have had the opportunity to go back. But like you said, we're where we're at now, and it's really nothing that's going to change, especially because after that, I'm not. It's okay, but after that, like the things that come up now, and the way people talking now, and the way they coming at me, like basically, despite everything, and all the positivity and all the stuff I did for them for 2 years, bro. Like took a first year program and like really helped them, not by myself, but we all did that together, and I was a part of it, and I was, oh, thank God, and oh, we're here for you, and all that type of stuff. When I switched teams, that's all out the window, and now I'm this, now I'm that. You know what I mean? Like it's uh it's just what's gonna happen.
Who's Holton? Who's Hernandez? I need to know.
I don't know. You ain't gonna never
Because
be able to
they're
hold on, hold
lying.
on. You're never gonna be able to respond to
Yeah.
comments.
They're lying.
What? Hold on.
Talking about hotels and travels, and we took parents for money. You weren't there. Were you there? State your name. State who you
Calm down.
are. You
Speak on.
got somebody's phone number if you want to sit up here and be
He
Twitter
didn't have a
fingers
job.
online.
He's like planning on leaving since. That's a lie.
Like, come
No,
on
no.
now. Come
I
come
mean,
all the way through. State who you are.
I don't know who these
Man, I
people
don't
are,
want to
but
make
what
the
she
man. I didn't know who wifey was right there, man. But yeah,
yeah, she
Yeah.
different.
I
Women,
see you.
women gonna
I
have their
see you
opinion
all.
about it.
There's no
Listen, when
threat
it
in
comes to
that
the
either.
man,
yeah. Hey, but look though.
There's no threat in that either. If I say I see you, there's no threat
Hey,
at
here's the
all.
thing. Here's the thing, man. Yeah, I like my guy PA Trenches said, man, you still on here. Honestly, man, I just didn't want it to be, kind of left to where people can just say anything that they want. So I was willing to take extra time to stay on. Hey,
But of
Street, let
course,
me take
but
this.
of
Let
course,
me take this last caller, man.
But of course, like I said, they mad asking me to travel hotel. Oh, I can give clarity on that because I wasn't in the comments. She and them. No, sir. To be real with you, no, absolutely. Was there supplemental directly for some people who contributed? That was perfect. Yes, I had somebody who helped out a couple of players with specifically those players' portions for what they needed to do, and the rest I did cover. Cause I don't know who this is, but they not saying who they are.
Call
But they
from
said, hey,
Martinez.
students asked him if he had traveled
Hey,
and
what's
all
up,
that
Coach
stuff. It took
Martinez?
my prayers to parents. Nah,
What
that's
it
hold on.
do?
I
Let me get
gotta
on
hit
that
this. I'll
thing and
I'll
set
let
some
Ray do
things
his thing.
straight real quick.
But let me hold on. Let me hit this because this is personal. I feel you, Ray. I'm gonna let you do your thing. But he said this history of being fraudulent and asked him if his travels hotel it took money from play for. That's absolutely not true. There were specific players that we asked to get help from. Specific players that I was like, hey, can you help this coach out?
Can y'all
Hold
hear
on.
me?
Yes.
Yes,
Um
sir.
specific players to get help, and those
What it do?
specific
What it
players
do,
did
man? This
get
sounds
help.
like a big old soap opera show right here, man. You know what I mean?
Man.
That's what it sounds like to me. And the
Hey,
only
but
thing
the
I
worst
want to
part
get
is,
straight,
Ray,
the only
real
thing I
talk.
want to get straight, I want to get something straight real quick. So what you talking about is that in Supreme Conference, I'm the commissioner.
Okay.
So the Trojans, which I'll speak for my organization, we played every top team there is on the West Coast and some from
You
Texas and
did.
everywhere else. Nothing ever stops anybody from playing football at all. What I don't understand is you think you got to be from a certain organization to get those games. You want to call Marcus from Red Breed? Easy call. You want to get in YNC? If you're capable of building up that hype, going to Southern Hospitality, playing all the top teams, Coach, DEA, doing all that, that's an easy call. It's easy. You know, you guys can, you don't need to be a certain something to go out and perform and play those teams. It's not a problem. You know what I mean? You could do whatever you need to do. So to say that you
Ray,
can't
I don't think
do
it's
that.
on your standpoint for that, though.
Come again?
I don't think that's not on you. The coach said it himself. The coach that just came on
I
there.
can't hear you. Say
You
one more time.
built your program. What'd you say?
No,
They
what
can't
I'm
hear
trying
you.
to tell you is that.
Oh, my bad. The coach. No, Ray, that's not on you though. The coach said that. You have went out there. You've done that, but the coach said it himself,
Who's
which
the
is
coach?
one of the coaches. No, the coach that hopped on, he said no, we wouldn't have played you, and he wasn't the only one. There's 4 other coaches I already
No,
talked
I know,
to
but I'm just
that
setting
said
the
they
record
wasn't going to play.
straight. At the end of the day, in Supreme,
Okay, yeah.
Matter of fact, we encourage you to play all the top teams if you want that fun. If you want the fun, get out there and play the top teams. That's what you're supposed to do. Represent. Do what you got to do. There's no reason why you should be beating up on the teams around the area anyways. I can make every single call I want to get you any game you want in the country. It's not a problem. You want to get beat up on, or if you think you're ready on to beat up on somebody, step up.
Yeah, get
It's that
beat up
simple.
on.
Go do your shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're scheduled to play every top team in the country as far as the West Coast, let alone working our way down south. You know, that's what we're doing. You know, you got to test the waters. You got to make sure, in my opinion, you got to be the best in your own state to even try to touch that. Like, I don't get it. There's some people that leave the state when they're not even the best in their own motherfucking state. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, I respect it. Get out there. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Now, we're going to play everybody in the West Coast. There's nobody that ever told anybody they cannot play. Matter of fact, I encouraged it. I don't understand why people were saying that for. You know what I'm saying? Why you cannot, why they say if you're in Supreme or if you're in Snoop, you cannot play anybody you don't want. That's not true. That is not
I don't
true at
think
all.
I can tell you for a fact Supreme has not been included, and you
Now,
can't play nobody. Snoop
what I will
has it,
say is this.
but
Now,
that is.
Nevada,
But
go ahead.
But I think, but I will say that is true in Snoop. Like, you know, like even when we was trying to get games for those weeks that we had to break,
Who's talking right now?
Snoop leagues wouldn't play us. Snoop wouldn't play us because they don't play anybody after they start the regular season, and that is true. And
Who's
Snoop
talking
don't
right
do
now? I can
national
barely
games.
hear
That
you.
is. Oh, my bad. Hold on. So that is true in Snoop League though, because even when we was trying to get games with Snoop after the first week of Snoop League after preseason, you can't play a Snoop League team. They only
Well,
play their
I
conference
get all
all the
that,
way
but
to the
whose
Super
fault
Bowl.
is that as an organization? Because when you talk about
No.
the Hot Boys played everybody. You get what I'm saying?
No, but
They
I'm
had their
not
games.
saying that's.
Yeah.
I feel you, but I'm saying you was like, hey, they say that. I'm saying they didn't say that for Supreme. That it is true for Snoop. I think the problem with, and again, even like I said, even my parents that were with me all the way back when we even left Arizona, I believe we beat up the Stampede. It was just the problem with the competition in the games. It wasn't saying we couldn't go play anybody and play national out that league. It's what you're saying. That's not on you. That's the organization.
No,
I
I
get
get
that,
exactly what
but
you're saying.
also,
But when you think about this, right?
yeah,
When you
okay.
talk about the Snoop League, right? Let's bring up the Snoop for instance. What is the top teams over
Yeah.
there? And 9U. It was the Braves, right? Who were they with at first? They were with Supreme. Something went down,
Supreme.
which is nobody's business, and they went to Snoop. Combs, my
Yeah,
guy.
I don't
Hey,
do the next. Yeah,
do y'all shit. They were over here. So with that being said, though, the top teams are over there. There's a couple teams, and then there's Supreme. You got a couple teams, which was at that point the Braves, the Relentless, the Hot Boys. It was supposed to be some dynamic. It was going to be dope as fuck, right? Even the Trojans had 2 teams.
Yeah.
During that season, Trojans lost the team, and then the Braves stepped out. Okay, but if you look at the rest of the divisions, everybody played. 9U is always hard for everybody. It's for everybody. There's a lot of different situations if you're trying to play top teams. So you got to go and get those games. That's why his squad came to us.
That's why we went and played Stampede. That's why the Bearcats came down. Like, you got to get those games at certain levels. Now, 10U would have never have been an issue. But that's why the narrative that's out there, oh, you got to get the 10U would have never been an issue. There's like 14 teams all around. Like, you'll see 10U is a whole different ball game than 9U. You know what I'm saying? It's an easier division to fill. So, but my point was this year, these teams like the Trojans, the teams like you had and Relentless, those teams shouldn't be beating up on these local squads anyways. They need to get out there and get with the fun.
Correct.
You know, and so that you could have done that in any organization. So to blame a league, that's not what it is. The league had nothing to do with anybody's decisions to leave anywhere. That has to do with it within the organization. That was between all y'all. I didn't even want to get involved in this kind of stuff, but I keep on hearing Coach Martinez dictating this or that. That's not the case. If I wanted to be a jackass, I'll put out everything I heard, but I'm not going to get involved with that. That's not what I do. I respect your family. I respect Relentless. I respect all that to not even get involved in that situation. But it's deeper than just a fucking league, guys. You guys know that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave that on you guys.
Yeah, we don't want to disrespect no leagues, man.
We
don't want to disrespect no leagues. But
hey,
Coach,
Supreme should not be involved in any of this.
Yeah, I wanna be able to if you can hit my my IG, my Instagram, is at National Sports Chat 1. You know, I would love to, get to know about your league, because I'm trying to, get to know as many leagues and teams as possible. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my angle.
I appreciate the platform right now. Someone send me the link right here. Y'all doing some good stuff. Walker knows I respect them, and that's why I'm very surprised sometimes when he
and Ray, you know I'm not the
I'll never mention them in a negative way like that, bro.
Right. Yeah, gotta keep it respectful, man.
Nah, but like me and Ray, we talk a lot of stuff out. We have conversations,
and even to the point when Relentless, let's talk about getting to Florida and stuff like that. Relentless called me and said, hey, we got 2 or 3 kids that can't afford it. They can't make it. So I said, okay, cool. I'll go ahead and take care of those tickets. I'll buy those flights. Call Karina up, send her the money for those flights. Yeah, if we back up our organizations, we wanted you guys to get out there and do y'all thing. We will support anything you wanted to do. It was a conversation since we had last year. I talked to Mike. Mike's going to have anything he wants. Matter of fact, he's going to be traveling with us, with my 13U, with the SoCal Trojans, the Hot Boys. We're going to be traveling and competing at a high level. That's what we want to do. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a conversation. I think it was bigger than Supreme, and I hope you guys work it out, because you guys were tight. You know, you guys were a good organization in a sense together. And now it's probably too far apart. But hey, more power to you, Mr. Walker. We'll see you on the football field. We're gonna play the Ducks. Our whole chapter will play the Ducks. You know that.
Yeah. I know we got that chapter fade, but I think Relentless gonna be fine.
Hey, I love to know that week. I would love to know, but no,
man,
but
the whole damn Southern California was at the stadium when we played them this year. You know what I'm saying? It was dope.
Yeah, it was. It was dope.
So, all right, man.
It was dope.
You guys,
I'm
everybody know that's
that.
listening. Supreme Conference wants you to play the best. We want you to get out there and compete at a high level. No one holds no one back. I'm not coming out here and getting involved in any of this negative. I just want all y'all to leave us out of this mix, man. We have nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. So
I will. Like I said, that wasn't Ray. We talked. I think, like I said, for the start, it wasn't that. It was some specific things that, it was only a couple of parents talked about what league we were going to be in, and they had their concerns. But I understand how it was at y'all age level. I'm not locking the conference. Let me be specific. Even when they were talking, everybody was talking about just their personal experience at our age level. The 13U, I think, was one of the most competitive age levels. In the 12U, that was the 12U was really, super dope. The 13U had the Braves. It was a lot. And I even told, when I talked to Mike, I understand you can't control when people back out of a game. You can't control if people leave the conferences. It's the same. I don't agree with that. I mean, I don't disagree with that. And I don't think either side, I don't think nobody said that you didn't want nobody to play national. I think it was more talking about the organizational thing within us. And then one last thing, I know you said you hope Relentless could be good. Remember, like I said, Relentless is Relentless. Everybody there from the board is still going to be there. I was just a coach. So it's going to roll on and everything.
All I'm going to say is this, man. Everybody is necessary. I told you what I thought, right?
Yeah.
But like some of the things that I also just seen in the comment, I just glanced at it. It ain't worth talking about fighting. It ain't worth talking about none of the other stuff. Like I said, we was doing a great job communicating our differences. That's all it is. You feel what I'm saying? Like I say, I didn't expect this. I definitely didn't expect this. But like I say, man, resolution is imminent, man. We gotta make sure that we always come to some sort of solution. Just moving forward, man. Coach, he's now OG Ducks, legendary Ducks. You know what I'm saying? How can we
Yeah,
interact from that point? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing he can change about it now. So how can we embrace him? It seemed like you got a lot of love. I think a lot of this stuff is coming from people that had a lot of love for you. It's just that right.
that's what I said though, bro. That's why you like, oh, he poised. The reason why is like, regardless, I could be like, oh, I'm hurt and respond and be mad. Nah, the truth is, they responding because we had a lot of love. I don't think anybody who's been in something serious with somebody and they wasn't with them no more was like fine with it. When you don't care about it, you be like, okay, like I said, this been head coaching and other head coaching. They've been gone and it was really no
Mhm.
problem, right? It's just that because of what we created and what we shared, I understand why they're hot, which is also why I'm not aside. Now I know my wife we working on that. You know what I mean? We gonna go and pray, and she gonna be fine tomorrow, and everything's gonna be good. So that's it, and that's period point blank. My family sharp I understand our video was completely fun. No, I just gotta hit that.
That's Cho's wife who's sitting up here trying to
Okay, I got that. I got that.
like if you have something to
So I
say, if
gotta
it's on
be.
somebody's phone,
I,
it's
I'll
not
be.
the
I'll
line.
be. I'll be clear about that, and I'll have them talk together with him. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'll have them talk together because I know you're talking about Chad, but no, somebody basically thought that because somebody contributed to an individual person's stay, that they thought that a whole Airbnb was covered, but it wasn't. We added everybody to the Airbnb so they could see everything, and the money that was given went towards those people flight because we flew out a mom and we flew out a kid and we rented a car, and got food and treated them to stuff. So they thought that what was given was strictly for Airbnb pay, but it was not. We came up with a split per everybody that would be staying there, and for everybody that would be staying there, we came up with a specific amount of what it would be cost, and then the person who helped out gave that person's portion of it, not
That's to them,
mine.
right?
They gave that,
That's to them, right?
huh?
Because I really don't. Yeah, I'm gonna
No, not
say,
yeah,
man.
not Ken. Ken,
Yeah.
Ken. This not to you. I just she over here disappointed, but I just wanted to explain. I'm trying to tell her everybody hasn't talked to me, so they going by whatever they were used to
And
be.
I can send your money back.
Time out. They're going by whatever they were used to either be recruited or talked about. So I
That's
just want to
crazy.
make that clear. The person gave who helped out. He gave what that person's portion was for him, what that person portion was for his mom, what that person portion was for their plane ticket up and their plane ticket back, and their portion of splitting the rental car. So we all put the total together and split it by rooms, and he paid for their portions, not for everybody. I know everybody mad at you hot, but that ain't that. Like that legitimately ain't that. So just want to clear that up. So I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. I just want to clear that up because that's different and that's serious. Like we ask how much does it cost, and some stuff we let other people book. Just like when Ray Martinez, he helped with one kid, the money went to the org and they paid for the flight up, they paid for the flight back. Um, yeah, that was pretty much it. We didn't even really charge him for the stay because we just took the rest, so he could eat and do other stuff, and that was it. Just want to clear that up because that's really not that part wasn't okay. But anyway, but yeah, man, like you said, the reason why I'm cool is because people just they
Hmm.
just hurt. You know what I mean? They just flat out hurt, and then I'm hearing now that they heard a lot of stuff before they talked to me, which is why I said, that part was handled badly because even if they thought I was recruiting people or not, or I messed it up and had people asking why, avoided that, I still should have just called them first, or regardless of how they wanted to do it, I should have just called a team meeting and been like, hey, let's have this team meeting and let's do this instead. I probably should have did that. But yeah, can't turn that back. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, I can't turn that back. We just gotta We just got to move forward. But it's although I didn't want this to be like this, it's kind of good that it do all come out. And here's the other part. Now this is the true fact because my guy Hugo called me and he was going back and forth, and I actually did talk to him before I talked to Coach Mike. So I talked to him and he was like, yeah, and he said I should have had a conversation. He talked some real sense into me, and I was like, yeah, you're right. But my pastor always tell me you scratch a lie, you find a thief. So at the same time, I did see and I have seen a lot of true intentions and see how quickly people could flip up on you. So I do count that as a blessing. I'm not mad about it. I'm like, oh, okay, I still consider you family, but you don't. I'm actually a family member, and it's even bigger than football. Football is just a sport. These kids, man, imagine if Trump go crazy, we go to war. All this stuff is irrelevant, bro. This football is irrelevant. I'm trying to get the kids an experience while we can. But now I see like, oh, that's how you really feel. That's how you because there's other people who mad too, but we had different type of conversations. So some of these people it's just, you see what's there. Because they saying this now, but had I still been a coach, they would be wanting to come over and hang out, you know what I mean, and chill with us and say how great we're doing, and they're so happy that their son is being mentored, and they're great that I'm a good example, but now that's out the window. But that one decision would have changed. So these are things you don't know until you come to these situations. So I'm not mad about it. It's just it is what it is.
Facts. So I gotta ask this. If for me, it'd be the last
Yep.
question. You going
Go ahead.
YNC AYF? You doing
You going what?
YNC or AYF? What's the goal?
Ah, well, we go after. I mean, is Southern Hospitality that's basically YNC,
Southern
right?
Hospitality? No, that's AYF. That's Darian.
Oh,
Yeah, the
that's Darian
seal.
Green. Yeah, 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 yeah. So I'm going to preseason. I'm gonna mess with both
Mhm.
probably. You know what I mean? Or I'm gonna go to Southern Hospitality and play the YNC teams, and we're gonna go where the combat and where we fit in and what we gonna be willing to do in the
Right.
timing. You know,
Still listening.
but yeah, I know. But I'm Uh, I don't know. I'm about to talk to the staff. I'm leaning to that
Right,
YC.
right.
You know what I mean? But I'm not. But that doesn't mean nothing. Like I went to AYF and it was a great experience, man. Like I said, it's kids who didn't. I haven't been through this to this magnitude because they love me more and I love them more. But when I went to when I built the other natty team, we took losses. We lost to the Pilots. We lost to the Ducks. We lost to Vegas Strong. Parents were mad, all type of stuff. But at the end of the season, you know what I mean? They love the experience. They love the AYF experience. Yeah, we won it, but even if we didn't win the Natty, they just love the experience. They like the impact that it had on them kids. One of the kids is at Modern Day now. He's a quarterback at Modern Day, and now he's going to college at Washington. He just gave a speech at our facility talking about, if I didn't have that shot, it gave me confidence in my ability and stuff like that. So that's why I'm like, man, that AYF thing was pretty cool. But I'm gonna see what the chapter is doing, what the org is doing, because obviously we rolling together and we gonna roll. I mean, we might be the team that do a double. We might. I
Man,
know it's a
hey,
lot.
if they do it
I
like
know
last year, then I get you, which is
week to
the
week,
week after. Yeah,
the week to
instead
week.
of,
Yep.
the same thing, man. But
But we don't know because, like I said, their schedules is gonna have to say what it is. Like they're like, what week is it? If they overlap it like they did that one season when the Ducks won I think they won AYF battle and FBU all in the same year. I can't do that. I can't do like go play here and then go drive and play there. I can't do that. But if it's a week back to back, it's just games. We win, we lose. It's football. So I would do both. You know what I mean? I would do both. I mean, the Ducks did it this year. I think they dropped the game in battle and then win and won AYF. So I'm open to both, but that's not up to me as to what the schedule permits and the timing of everything, and then the kids' bodies. I still have to take their bodies into consideration, their games into consideration. So that's a lot of things. I do like the way that they do support me. They're gonna let me build the program and run it the way that I see fit, and that's it. I'm just gonna pray about it, let God lead me, and whatever we do is gonna be
yeah,
what we do.
so far as with the YNC, man, any of them top teams that you want to play, I can make happen. If you talk about Coach Blue, I can hit Coach Blue. and all he gonna do is say, but
Yeah,
he,
me and
he
people talk.
probably gonna have to go to him. But it definitely will happen. You know what I'm saying? So that's if
Yeah, yeah.
you know what I'm saying, if you're trying to make the game. But I
Yeah,
don't really know the AYF. I'm getting to know those teams.
you know PME and Gorilla Mob
Yeah,
and
I know
Legacy, right?
PME, Gorilla Mob. Gorilla Mob was
And Dallas
originally
Elite.
a
No, Dallas.
YNC team.
Yeah. So you got PME, you got Legacy, you got Gorilla Mob, you have it's a couple teams I know. I think DMV,
The
right?
DMVU, yeah,
No
DMV,
Limit,
you know,
yeah.
Lemon, Ferrari boys, all of them.
So you like those teams are AYF too. So it's like you know some of them, and then some of the teams you don't know, they still good. Like we were last year. You know what I mean? Like it's teams that may have like really just got good coaching, got a good organization, got good players. They gonna put it together, and they still gonna be good. And that's what I like about AYF. Like it's just smoke, it's competitive, but they really garner a
Hey,
great
coach
experience.
with you, Coach T Street, he with you, right? But he ain't accepting no excuses. He said once you get off this live, go fundraise
Yeah.
now. Don't want to hear them old relentless excuses. He tired. Hey, look,
I'm
he
not.
tired of California because my cousin is the president for Oakland Dynamites. Yeah,
Okay.
so you know, they didn't want to travel, and they let me have it. Now they got to travel, so they ain't accepting no excuses. He's saying now, if you plan on traveling, you know, start doing your fundraising now, so you'll be, you know, able to travel to play some of these teams and stuff like that. But
Hey, right after our tryouts next, right after our tryouts this Saturday, we moving and we shaking.
okay,
Like right after that, we moving and we shaking. We got a fundraising platform, and we got some people who are already gonna dump a little bit in there to get us jump started. So yeah, we going right away, like
yeah,
right
I don't
away.
know this one. He said, "Does Relentless own part of Limitless?" I'm not even sure what he referring to, Brody. I ain't gonna lie.
He just referring. He's referring to the sports academy. I founded the sports academy 6 years ago because, like I said, I grew up in Compton, and it was a coach who gave me the opportunity because me and my dad have a great relationship. He live in Marietta, Georgia, right now. That's why
Oh,
I was
yeah, where I'm at
excited about
right
going to
now.
Georgia. Yeah, my dad out there. My brother just opened up. He's a branch owner, branch manager of one of the Chase banks out there, Dre Wheeler. But I'm my dad's around now, but he wasn't. You know what I mean? It was coaches who was there for me. Even after I did, example crazy, but even after I didn't play for his team, he still grabbed me up, had me doing schoolwork in his garage, and I had been, I had a record, so I had done some stuff where I couldn't be in high school football for a while. He got me all the way through, got me to a JC. I went D1, and he changed my life. So when I got to the place I'm at now, I just created an opportunity where kids can both get their education and they train. So we got like a homeschool program where we have classrooms, and they go to school in my facility, but then they also do a hour to an hour and a half of a strength and conditioning program for specific sports. That's separate from Relentless, which is why everybody thought I was a founder or owner of Relentless. But yeah, but I really wasn't. Those are two completely separate things. Limitless is different from Relentless. Just wanted to say that. I know they sound the same and people announce it as the same, but they different.
Okay. But yeah, man, I ain't got no more questions. I hope you feel like you got a lot out there, you know, to kind of clear the air. I hope the people in the chat is satisfied. But it was so many comments, it was no way I was gonna be able to get to those. You know,
I know, like it, I know, but for everybody else, you could just tell them they got my line, like you know what I mean? Because majority of people that's with the comments, they got my line. I think everybody outside of our specific program was more a little bit understanding. So everybody else, they got the way to reach me. They got the way to contact me. Unfortunately, if they're going to feel how they feel, I still don't mind. I'm just going to, tell them what it is and answer any question to all the details, except I won't share anything that's negative. And I'm not going to lie about that. I don't care what happened, what was experienced. Unfortunately, you're not going to hear nothing negative that come out of my mouth. You'll hear truth, but I'm still not gonna get to the point to where if it's something that's negative, I'll be like, well, I'm not really sure. That's not to talk about. So my line is available. Now, as far as back to football, which I thought we'd talk a little bit more of, I will say like we are building and we gonna make an impact. I really like, a couple people told me that, they was told that I won't be it won't be like that. It's gonna be ghetto at the Ducks and I won't be able to do what I did over here or there. And I don't take that personal towards me. I'm excited to see, not to prove anybody wrong, but what I know about God is when you say that God can't do something, then that's where stuff happens. Because I'm not doing nothing, bro. I'm just a vessel. Like I'm human. I will make a mistake. Like that mistake of, telling the kids that and then not being able to stay. That's a mistake, right? Everybody gonna do that. Like everybody. But the stuff that I do isn't because of the actions that I do, it's because of God we serve. So to say that something is not gonna be a light or something's not gonna be positive, you're not challenging me. Cause it's not in my power. That's one part I'm excited about. But like I was saying, bro, we have some dynamic players coming in. We got some special people that got a lot of talent. We got some people who want to get developed and get to the next level. And like that coach called, he left. We got a couple people that were with top tier programs, and they left their organization too because they like the way that I move. They like the way that the Ducks move, and they want their kid, win, lose, or draw, to compete against the best. So rather they win or lose, they know what it takes, and they plant a seed of hard work and discipline and high character. So this team is gonna be special. Like we're gonna be deep. We're gonna be special. We might even have one-way players. It's gonna be something special. It's garnered a lot of attention. Of course, whenever you're doing something positive, there's gonna be negative with it. You know what I mean? There's people like we love the president, but then there's 50 other people, the other 50% that hate it right now, right? So you're not gonna be liked by everybody, but this program, regardless, is gonna do something legendary. That's why we put the name there, man. I know you liked a lot of the players. Those players will still be there, but you need to check out some of the ones who are going to get exposure that people never had a chance to
Yeah,
see.
you gonna do
You're
something
going
that you
to,
ain't did last year, which is keep me up on them players so
yeah,
I can know who's who.
I will.
But
I
yeah,
I will.
like because I don't mind. I don't put players in it. That's why the only thing that I even push back with you on was the player. That's the
The
only
player.
thing that, you know what I'm saying, I can really, you know what I'm saying, get behind far as like, taking up for the players or whatever. But like I didn't get to it, the really the gameplay, because when I looked at it, right? When we was talking, I was kind of trying to tread a little bit lightly because it felt sensitive, like a sensitive topic.
It
So
is.
I didn't want to touch too much on it. But it seemed like they still flooded you, my guy. I'm gonna I would just be flat out honest. But I didn't want to be like, man, you got what players you got going, because then it might make some of them other ones feel left out, and I didn't want that to be the case. So that's why I didn't talk.
Well, can't remember.
What's up, Coach Cal?
Remember, it might make them. It might make them feel left out, but I'm not leaving nobody out. If anybody isn't on our team, is because their parents made the choice to keep them there, or were their parents just made the choice for whatever reason to stay. You know what I mean? And so I have to clear it out. There's not, like you said, when you asked me the good kids or the unique kids, I said they're all needed. Like every single one was needed. Every single one I wanted to come. So yeah, man. But yeah, you're right. That was sensitive. That's why I didn't want to get in it. We gonna let that all kind of fall into place how it is. I really am talking to some players and telling them to do it the quicker, you know what I mean? The quicker the better. And yeah, that'll
Yeah.
be it.
But hey, coach, I definitely appreciate you for coming on. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not gonna make this like this. Like if we gonna resolve something, it's gonna have to be definitely different. I felt like my man got bombarded, man, with all these, questions, but at the same time, he was able to get a lot of stuff off his chest. He was able to answer a lot of questions that was actually out there, and hopefully you guys are satisfied with it. That's all I can say. You know what I'm saying? But it seemed like he ran from any question that was out there. So, you know,
Hold on. I think what was the question? So icy.
Oh, are you
Hold
seeing
on.
Coach Cal right
I,
here?
Cal, what's the question, man? Because I be talking to Cal. What's the question, Cal?
What's up, Coach? Man, yeah, Coach Cal,
What
hella
Cal said?
funny.
We'll hop off after Cal. I just want to see what Cal got to
But
say.
but yeah, man, I'll say this though. Like I say, if you want that Bessemer game, RDE game, RDU game, right? Just let me know, bro. Just let me know. I'm cool. I'm cool with all the coaches. When mainly the ones like I say on Y and C coaching.
Oh man, he just said he got a question. I'm gonna call him after this and answer his question. Yeah, I'll answer
He
his
says
question
he
and
said he said
but
he on Instagram he missed it. He'll go watch it. So he,
bro, it ain't even no point to watch this, Cal. I'm telling you, bro. We might as well just hop on the gram like we normally do, man. Trust me. We'll hop on the gram. Matter of fact, I might go live. I'm gonna have to give my wife a massage now tonight. Look at her over there. Yeezy.
hey, she
But
ain't having it.
you know what I mean? But real talk is my wife has a big heart. That's why I kind of keep her in the back. She's a beautiful person. She just has a big heart. And just that same thing I feel about Karina. Like those two have big hearts, right? And Shyla's just hurt because she really like I didn't even talk about that, but we were with another organization, right? And we left that organization. My bad. We left the organization to come here, and she connected with a lot of these people, and we were family. And a lot of stuff transpired that like made her feel less than. But I told her the people probably feel like that too because we're not there. But just gonna just take her a little bit to see it like that. But I think she's gonna be okay, right?
Always.
Right?
Always.
Okay. All right, Ken.
All right, my guy, man. Hey, you have a beautiful night, man. For y'all though, I say this, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. But don't forget to hit the like button. I took some extra time just for you guys to be able to iron out y'all differences, so just, help your boy out. Go on to YouTube, subscribe, hit the like button, you know what I'm saying? And, that'll help me out. But I appreciate y'all. I want to say Wednesday, I got GMU, another team that's in a 10U bracket, and they will definitely be another team, another top tier team. So y'all might want to check that one out. Like I say, man, I appreciate every last one of you. Um, okay, hey, Justin, I appreciate you. Say we subscribe. Hey, Vico, you, my one of my top linemen, man. You know what I'm saying? My guy Vico, man. Shout out to you. But hey, everybody, y'all have a blessed night, man. Thank you. And Miss Jackson, shout out to you. HR, thank you. Okay, appreciate y'all. All right, I'm out, y'all.